voices in your head. Zombified by the lies they said. We've become the walking dead. 'Cause everybody's like an edge. Oh no, they'll never let go. Something you said 10 years ago. They're canceling you. And they won't stop till everybody's zombified. They're bumping us with lies like it's formaldehyde. We're dead inside. Don't want it on, let this go. When it stops, we'll never know. We're hypnotized. And they won't stop till you're zombified. Shut your mouth and bite your tongue, 'cause you don't wanna piss off anyone. We're traumatized by the damage done. Welcome to America. 'Cause everybody's on the edge. Oh no, they'll never let go. Something you said 10 years ago. They're canceling you. And they won't stop till everybody's zombified. They're bumping us with lies like it's formaldehyde. We're dead inside. Don't want it on, let this go. When it stops, we'll never know. We're hypnotized. And they won't stop till you're zombified.
Zombified.
Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. Suffocation, no breathing. Don't give a fuck if I cut my own bleeding. Cut my life into pieces. I've reached my last resort. Suffocation, no breathing. Don't give a fuck if I cut my arm bleeding. Do you even care if I die bleeding? Would it be wrong, would it be right? If I took my life tonight, chances are that I might. Mutilation out of sight. And I contemplated suicide. 'Cause I'm losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. Losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine.
Welcome to the new era of the IWC. You want a place where you can be you? Do you love stories and long-term booking? Well, you have come to the right place. Hosted by your longest-reigning IWC Intercontinental Champ, 1/3 of the IWC Trios Champ, 1/2 of the IWC Tag Team Champ, and your IWC Undisputed Heavyweight Champ. So grab your beverages and your snacks. And like BiggOh says, if you got it, spark it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome back. Most of you guys were just with me a little over an hour ago over at the gas station. Of course, you guys know that I've had a lot
of controller problems. Hopefully, I'll get that resolved soon, and then I can get everything else resolved while we're as we continue on this big old adventure here. But enough about that, man. What's up, y'all? Man, welcome to the Big O Wrap Up, episode 30. Y'all know who it is. It is your boy, Big O. And we're here, y'all. I got some news for you guys. We're going to be talking about Natalia, Starks, Serena Deeb, Tiffany Stratton. Uh, just got some news. I believe it was yesterday about the TKO president, Mark Shapiro. I got a little bit of everything for you guys today. And I am glad that you guys are here with me, man. Always, first and foremost, hit that like button if you haven't. If you are just watching me for the first time and you have not hit that subscribe button, you need to go ahead and hit it because this is going to be an awesome ride that we are all a part of. Please join the Bebe family, or like my boy Future just awesomely named it, the Bebe bloodline. So I kind of like that. We are a little extension of the OTS TSP family. So guys, strap in. Hope you got your beverages and your snacks. And well, I don't need to say it. You know what I say. If you got it. Anyways, guys, shout outs, JD, Jesse, Ticket Drew, Solid Monster, Rob, Jeremy, Jen. I mean, the GOC of the IWC, my boy Phil, we met. Hologram, shout out to you guys. And I'm so fortunate. I'm so humble, guys, and I appreciate you guys. I know you guys are probably tired of me explaining how grateful I am to you guys, but it's going to happen. I'm sorry because I'm truly humble and I'm truly grateful for you guys. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be sitting here at this table doing this what I love to do, and hopefully we could definitely make something out of it. I'm halfway there to the watch time hours. Let's just get these watch time hours up so we all can be monetized and do some fun stuff here in the Bay Bay Resort. Um, you guys heard me do some of you guys heard me do a rant as far as these video games, as far as when it comes to EA, 2K, Activision, and Call of Duty within itself, you know, and all of that. And I've expressed my opinion about these games and how they're only just money grabbing from us. We're spending our hard earned money for the same game each and every year. The only difference is a new coat of paint, maybe one or two new features, and that's it. We got to put a stop to it, guys. We got to make these companies understand that we're not going to give you our money anymore if you keep just giving us the same damn game each and every year. But I've already vented about that earlier. We'll definitely talk about that a little bit later. I don't know where he is. Oh, matter of fact, he just showed up. One of the big things I want to give, big thanks I want to give to is this guy right here. You know him as Future, but today, he is known as Sleeveless Baby. What's going on, Mr. Sleeveless?
You said you brought the ammo?
Oh,
the guns are locked and loaded. Let's go.
I got the ammo, man. We are locked and loaded, and we are going to take.
Someone needs to swerve.
Hey, there's Coop. What up, Coop? Listen, this is gonna have to be a little segment. Come on, Coop. Hold on, Coop.
We gotta do it.
Hold on, Coop. This is gonna be. This is like the newest segment we got to do. Let's go, 10, Coop. Let's get it.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Garbage, hot, broke, catch a vibe.
We swerving in this bitch. What's up, Coop?
This guy's too much, man.
Oh, he's a sweet dog. He looks so awesome. Hey, Coop, we're gonna need puppies soon, man. I'm pretty soon. Look, pretty soon I'm gonna be ready to look for another dog. All right, we're gonna need puppies soon, Coop. We're gonna need puppies soon. Appreciate you guys for being here, Future Man. I really appreciate you for being here, Miss
Who else
Brown,
was
who's
here? The
AKA
FMS.
the future Mrs. Future. She is here in the chat. Appreciate you for being here. Again, welcome to the Bebe family. I am happy to have you as a sister-in-law. Appreciate you, Mrs. Future. Man, so Future, man, how you doing, man? What's going on with you?
Oh, just nice coming on a little bit earlier before I have to like go to bed. So I got a little bit of time.
All right, cool. He said he got a little bit
Yeah,
of time.
I got like 2 hours here. We're good.
Oh yeah, we are definitely good here. As long as we got Future here, like the GOC of the IWC says about Future, he is basically the bodyguard of the Bay Bay Resort. You know, if there's an issue, we call Future, and Future will throw them the fuck out.
And then I got the guard dog here too. So
then he got backup too. He got Coop. And Future is literally walking around here with 24-inch pythons and everything. Like, you kidding me? Who's gonna fuck with us here at the resort? Nobody. Nobody. You better watch out, Future, because Triple H might be calling you and saying, "Hey, listen, I need some backup. I need you to come here and help run Raw."
he's like, we got this bum Braun Breaker around here. We need you.
Yeah, that's exactly what Triple H is going to do. I'm going to team you up with Braun Breaker instead of Baron Corbin. You know, you guys are going to be the new Wolf Dogs. All right, we're going to do that. We're going to do that.
They give Braun Breaker some guy from the audience, and he folds his clothes with him still in it on Raw on Monday.
Yeah. Poor Kale Dixon. Back to the bottom of the sea you go with SpongeBob Kale. My goodness.
He's like, he had his cup of coffee.
He went on there and literally got victimized, a word that Paul Heyman likes to use. He went and got victimized by Braun Breaker. But appreciate you guys for being here, man. And we're going to get this show started, man. I want to start off right here with Natty, Miss Natalia. And before we get into her contract her contract situation, I should say, my heart does go out to Natalia. A few days ago, she lost two paws. Her cat passed away.
Oh dang!
And that's, it's crazy, you know, being for somebody who lost a fur baby, and I'm pretty sure most of you guys as well lost a fur baby. We can kind of understand and relate what she's going through. And but yeah, rest in peace, two paws, meow meow. And if let's get some cat emojis up in the chat for two paws.
Throw up the meows.
Yeah, yes, throw up the meows for two paws. And you know, hopefully she does hear this, and you know, she sends her thanks and everything. You know, as long as she hears it, it's okay with us. Her contract, on the other hand, is set to expire.
Before we get too involved, Mr. Scripps, Mama Scripps is back home. So
yeah,
good job.
Yes, I did. I did showcase that at the beginning of the stream before we hopped live. I'm glad. Here it is, right here. I'm glad that Mama Scripps is doing good. Mama Scripps will be back in the kitchen at the resort, hopefully soon. But Mama Scripps, get well. We love you. Appreciate everything that you do for us here at the resort. Can't wait to see you back in the chat. Appreciate you. Scripps, take care of Mama. Take care of Mama. Don't worry about nothing. Take care of Mama. We will see you tomorrow for your show, Scripps Wrestling Federation, on this channel at 5 p.m. Central. That'll make it 6 in the East, 4 in the Mountain Times, and 3 on the West Coast. Mama Scripps, get better. Can't wait to see you back. All right, back to Natalia. So we understand that her contract is coming up. It should be expiring within the next few days, I want to say. I guess. Yeah, something like that. But it is set to expire. I got a question for you, Future. Will she stay in WWE, or do you see her going anywhere else?
It's going to be another one of those things. People tend to be creatures of habit, and I think that if they offer her a contract, I think she will stay. I think everybody just assumes, oh, you're leaving WWE, your contract's up, you're going to AEW. I think that's a little jump in the gun right there. I think she's got a lot of ties to WWE. I think she's probably going to end up staying in some capacity.
Okay, and it's a good thing that we just begin the show and we're just starting on this conversation. There's somebody else I want to get in here and have him explain his side on how he feels about Natty. My boy Hologram is in the building. Everybody say what's up to Hologram.
What's good? What's up, Otis? What up, Future?
What's up, Hooli?
Oh, Future! Taking a play out of the old Hooli book. I like the beard, my guy.
Well,
Look, we
I
all
mentioned.
We're all doing it. We're all doing it. We're all doing it.
I mentioned it to Kanisha here. I said, I was thinking about shaving it off. It's summertime. It's going to get warm. And she said, nah, facial hair is attractive. And I'm like, we're going the other way.
He's going to keep it.
So
he's going to keep.
So here we are.
The goatee. He's going to keep the goatee. It's going to be a while before we see a babyface Future.
Man, if you don't want to end up with a woman that is like 15 years older than you, you gotta use the dye, my guy. You got to.
Nah, I got to get the nice little salt and pepper action there, my man.
Nah, man, because salt and pepper turns into just salt. It turns into just salt, bro. Real quick.
You got a little pepper, Hooli?
Not much. I'm almost pure sodium at this point, dude.
This guy's pure preservative.
Yep. MSG all the way.
Mrs. Future, tell your coworker that we all said, what up? No.
Who is Mrs. Future?
Tell him to hop on, like, and subscribe. Oh, and one more thing, Mrs. Future, you tell your coworkers that we said, yeet. All right.
Wait, that's your woman, Future?
Yeah, that's Mrs. Future.
Wait, when did this happen? What have I missed?
Oh my God! Yeah, that whole week.
Bro, she's been on the podcast a couple times, bro.
Yeah, I know. I've seen her name, but I didn't know that you guys were like a thing or whatever.
Oh yeah,
we are shake and bake.
Last time I saw you, you were single.
Yeah, I know. It's been a minute.
That's what I'm saying. What have I missed? Fill me in.
My life has changed forever.
Nice.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Nice to meet you, Kanisha.
Look, it's all about love here at the Bay Resort, man. Come on. It's all about love, y'all, man. We love everybody, man. And we are a big, happy family. And speaking of happy family members, get ready, Hooli.
Don't worry, Kanisha. I know you weren't talking about me. It's all good.
Get ready, Hooli. I'm finna
Still
bring
nice
them
to meet
in.
you anyway.
Exactly. You know what, Hooli? I did the same thing. And I had to tell her face to face, look, I'm happy. It's nice to meet you.
We got long-term booking going on in the resort.
Or like long-term loving for some. Anyways, pause. Anyways, I'm going to bring up here to the stage. There you go. Long-term hooking up. Shout out to all the hookers out there. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
I almost just said long-term hooking, and then I thought, no, that would imply something else. So that's probably not the right way to meet a new female for the first time. Don't want to imply that.
We're talking about strictly. I was talking about Hook from AEW, but we'll talk about that later. Get ready, Hooli, because I'm pretty sure you're gonna have some ammo for this guy right here, ladies and gentlemen, live from his car.
God damn! Don't let him on in his car, bro. Don't.
We don't know if he's
make him go home. You gotta go home where we don't have to hear all that noise, bro.
If he's gonna assassinate someone.
All right,
I know with his little. with his
He's
little
gonna.
OJ
He'll be
gloves.
back. He said he'll be back when he gets to the house.
He don't have a knife. He don't have a knife with like a blade about that long in his car, does he?
He's like,
I don't
nah,
know.
son, I got the
He
9
doesn't.
mil.
If I didn't already know what Jeremy drove, I'd be worried that he drove a white Ford Bronco.
Oh my god!
You got something against Bronco drivers, pal?
No, but he's just driving around with them black gloves, and it just looks familiar.
But yours
That's
is
all.
not white, Future. Yours is not white.
I know. Hey, funny fact.
No, get him on here. I was just bullshitting. Get him on here.
Future Miss Future.
Jeremy, get your ass back in
Same
here.
color Bronco as I do.
I like giving Jeremy shit because he can take it, and he's not a sissy about it.
Yeah. Jen, the hitman.
Yeah, Hitman, exactly.
The hitman. I think you know what? I think he needs Bret Hart's music when he pops up on the stream.
But he comes in more. He comes in more like the Anvil, which is appropriate to the conversation.
Jeremy, get your ass back in here, and that's the bottom line. What?
What?
On in here, Jeremy.
Come on, I'll deal with your stupid feedback issues. It's fine.
I didn't mean it. It was a. Get in here, Midmo Smart. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to Midmo Smart, the Code and Kayfabe, episode 7 on Thursday, unless he changes his mind about maybe changing the schedule up or something, because who knows what his schedule is these days. All right. Well, while we got Hooli up in here, and to try to piggyback off of Future, what is your opinion about Natalya and her contract situation, and will she stay or will she venture out to the Indies or possibly AEW?
There ain't no way in hell Natty's leaving WWE. Ain't no way. No way, no how. I don't think if she wanted to go, they would let her go, to be honest. And I don't mean that because she's like a big deal on like what we're seeing on from a television or pay-per-view standpoint. I think she's a great veteran for the young and upcoming women.
Yes.
Obviously, her lineage tied to the Hart family, being that where she comes from, is WWE is always, whatever their issues with the Hart family, Brett or Owen, whatever, they're always going to want to have the Hart family legacy attached to their brand. So that's how they do that, is with Natty. And then she has a good relationship with everybody there. So if there was something they didn't like about her, if she was off-putting, she wouldn't have been around this long.
I agree with that.
They don't push her in much. They don't really do a whole lot with her.
Well,
nobody really
float her between NXT. It's like
I like that. I hope actually they send her to NXT, and she transitions into like what's the woman's name that works with the women down there? Sarah D'Amato or something like that.
Yeah.
I think she's going to end up being the next Sarah D'Amato for the girls at the Performance Center, if I'm being honest.
I agree with that. Regardless of what we say about Natalya, as far as her
Natty's
being
had
in the
decent
ring,
matches. Sorry to cut you off, Odie. She's had decent matches, but she's not somebody like that. I've never heard one person go like, "Oh, I'm excited to see this match with Natty and so and so." You know what I mean?
Facts.
And
Facts.
in a way, that kind of it kind of sucks for her. I'm sure, like that she's not, because I know she really loves and pushes the Hart family stuff, right? And rightfully so. She's proud of where she comes from, but it doesn't translate because I think she's a female, and so nobody really seems to give a damn.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But I felt very sorry for her when she tweeted the other day that Tupac died. That hit me.
Yeah.
And I've never really given a shit about what Natty, like I never watched Total Divas or was never into like the female side of things much with WWE, but yeah, seeing that her cat died, because I remember from a couple years ago all the tweets that she was putting with him in it. She made a Twitter account specifically for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that.
So to see that her cat died kind of had me feels.
She really did.
But no, she's gonna stay with WWE, I think.
Yeah, I believe that she'll stay. Does the interest of her going to another company or elsewhere intrigues me? Not really.
She's been in
just like you
WWE
said,
for too long.
yeah, and just like you said, I'm gonna piggyback off of what you said. Like she does have that Hart Dynasty lineage in WWE, and
She's the perfect ambassador for the company, actually, for the females.
for the females, yes. And we as much as we all know that we want Owen in the Hall of Fame and stuff, that's strictly up to Martha.
It's never going to happen.
But it's never going to happen. But you can
Sadly.
guarantee that the rest of them are going to go into the Hall of Fame, including Natalya. She's definitely going to be a lifer. She's going to definitely be one of the top coaches. She has been on NXT a hell of a lot, and I think she's on NXT tonight as well. But she's been putting in the work. I believe that she's been in NXT just working with the younger talent, helping them get better, helping them get ready for the main roster and what else to come with as far as performance and maybe their caterance as far as timing in the ring and stuff. Is she a good promo? Is she a good promo coach? Maybe, maybe she'll give some pointers, but I'm not going to say that she'll be the best promo coach that'll be there. I believe that's why, I forgot his name. I believe that's why Jesse Ventura is trying to is being talked into a Legends deal so he can be a promo coach, because Jesse Ventura was a great promo back in his day. So maybe they can learn a thing or two in the Performance Center from Jesse Ventura.
Too many things about that make sense, Otis. Like Tyson Kidd, her husband, works in NXT. They live in Tampa. This is a good way to get her featured in some TV time doing stuff with talent, because they're not going to put her in anything big on the main roster. She's way past that at this point. And then since she's already down there, you just transition her. I mean, every once in a while, bring her back up, for like a WrestleMania spot or whatever. They're going to keep doing the Queen of the Ring. She'll be in Queen of the Ring from here until Kingdom Come. Like, you know what I'm saying? There is stuff, like there is a place for her, but her in NXT makes the most sense. She can work with the women, and then she's already there where she lives. Her husband's there. She don't got to worry about travel that much. Right. It's perfect. It's a perfect fit, in my opinion. She's not going nowhere.
She's definitely
all right. All right. He took off. He got rid of the evidence.
Before we get Jeremy's opinion real quick, I think with her working with people like Odyssey Jones and Ricky Starks, she even worked with the Gates of Agony. So, I mean, there's video footage. Natalya. Yeah, there's video footage of her working with Ricky Starks and the Gates of Agony and Odyssey Jones, just other various wrestlers, different companies and stuff. I don't know if it's at the performance. No, it can't be at the Performance Center. It's probably at like her little wrestling dungeon or something like that, possibly.
Jim, them's fighting words. I just want you to know that.
Yeah. Yeah, Jen. They are. Big Mo Smart on the road.
What's
going on, bro? What's going on, bro? Hope you're staying safe.
This is the weekly segment where he just drives around the same block in his neighborhood like 15 times, huh?
No. You would shit yourself if you saw my GPS timeline. Anyway. No. As do
you see what I'm saying? You see what I mean?
No,
you see?
To be fair, Otis has it and he's in his house.
He knows what's up. I've got a few extra lawn darts and lime in my trunk I need to get rid of too, but I mean that's neither here nor there.
He's got a bag of lime and 2 shovels. And some 50-gallon trash bags and a big throw rug rolled up in his trunk. He's ready for any sort of bodily disposing.
Oh my goodness. Trolling at his best, y'all.
Kanisha just said off.
Oh, oof.
So there's a.
So what were we talking about? Natty and her contract being in?
Yeah.
She's gonna stick around. I don't see her going to anywhere else. They probably will take her down to NXT, like I've been speculating for the last few weeks. I don't know. Like, she's got everything she needs. She's got all the tools she needs to help build other talent. So at this point, like, I think she'd be best served by serving the NXT talent. Makes most sense to me, but
She's good. She's always
It's just
been
this
she's been a good
Go
female
ahead, Holy
wrestler.
Spirit.
She's a better
Yeah,
wrestler in the ring than a lot of the women currently today. So why not use that and help make some of these god awful people that we're stuck watching every week better?
She's
Yeah.
also she's a ring general. So when she's in
the
there,
ring general.
when I was watching Lyra and Io, you could see them waiting for spots. Like, they would get to a spot, wait for the other person to get there. So then she's still learning that fluency, and I think that's something that Natalya could probably teach them.
Mm-hmm.
Word.
Okay, so we need more than 5 people in here, so we better stop talking about Natalya.
Hey,
I'm just trying to make sure.
I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just going by what Jen said.
I'm just trying to make sure that there's no extra feedback in the stream from my card.
No, there's no feedback, but it sounds like you're yelling at the top of your lungs.
Yeah, that kind of happens.
It's all good. It actually sounds better than it has any other time you've been in your car.
We all see.
I'm not joking.
I mean, it does sound a lot more clearer.
It doesn't. You can't hear the background road noise as much.
Yeah. But we all expect Natalya staying. She's not going nowhere. You can throw the AEW. Just throw that away. I got a real question I want to ask you guys. Since we're talking about contracts, is it possible? And this is just me thinking now. Is it possible, because we're talking about contracts, is it possible that Becky's going to lose that title Saturday because she didn't sign?
Who's she?
Is she fighting Liv Morgan?
Liv Morgan.
Mid Morgan? Fuck my life, man. Good God Almighty! This show.
This is like, do you want a punch in the balls or a poke in the eyes?
I don't know. I mean, they're teasing a lot of things with Liv Morgan, with her possibly joining Judgment Day, which could literally make Rhea Ripley the biggest female babyface.
I'm really starting to struggle finding any kind of legitimacy in any story in this entire wrestling industry right now. Like, sometimes, and right now is a good example, the indies have better, more comparable storylines as far as being, like, riveting and compelling. Like, right now, like, I don't know, minus the King of the Ring, there's nothing for me. It's really not doing anything, at least in WWE.
Yeah. I've been thinking about this recently. I'm thinking that WWE is really trying to focus on one thing at a time, even though you got multiple shows that you got to line up and put storylines together. I guess how they're just kind of breaking everything up or whatever, piece by piece and stuff like that. Like, we saw the little hints with Liv Morgan and Dirty Dom, and now that look like that might lead into Liv Morgan joining Judgment Day, and you're going to have a little backlash with Rhea Ripley when she comes back. That's going to automatically make her a babyface. You know, you got a storyline within the Judgment Day within them themselves. Same thing with the Bloodline. Like, really, none of the top people, and I'm looking at people like Becky Lynch. Really, nothing is really going on. I guess the story you want to tell with Becky Lynch is is also with Liv Morgan with this revenge tour. And as far as with the women, and then you got Nia Jax with her doing some of the best work since she's returned, is now trying to be on this dominant, possibly going out it's ultimately going to go after my boo Bayley, which is fine. Bayley's going to retain, I hope. But the storylines, they're just a hit and miss with WWE, because, like, truth be told, I am a little tired. Let's look at this storyline for instance. The Awesome Truth and their tag team titles. I'm kind of over that now. I don't know if anybody else is, but I'm kind of over that now. Love to see New Republic get those titles. A-Town Down Under, I'm kind of over them too. I think Grayson Waller needs to break away from Austin Theory. And I think DIY needs to win those tag team titles. I did hear JD put it in another way to where DIY ends up breaking up if they don't win the tag titles and you get Gargano, Johnny Wrestling, and you get Psycho Killer, Tommaso Ciampa. I like either way, regardless. And if they're doing this, and if they are talking about this trade with Braun Breaker for AJ Styles,
I got a lot to say about that when you're done.
Get the Wolf Dogs back together as a legitimate tag team. Put the titles on them. Have them take down A-Town Down Under. Take them out. Put the titles on them because they were a monster of a tag team during their NXT run. So I think that will be either one of those scenarios would work for me. I don't know about you guys, but Hooli, I'm gonna let you start off. How do you feel about that?
Well, let me think. I just lost my thought. I had something I wanted to respond to what you were saying, and it just totally just went right out of my mind.
You were talking about
Wolf Dogs or DIY getting the tag titles of
Waller breaking away.
Oh,
exactly. Okay.
No. You said something about who was it? Before all that, it was the first. Oh shit! How did I forget what I was gonna say, man? This is embarrassing as shit.
You talking about when I was talking about Becky's contract and Liv Morgan?
No, it was after that.
So was it about the Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan joining Judgment Day? Did it have something to do with DIY and them possibly splitting up, or
JD made the prediction, and you had just brought it up.
About JD had mentioned he said one thing that he would like to see is if DIY did not win the tag team titles.
No, it's not about DIY. It was, he said, God, why did I just blank on this?
You're talking about
Wolf Dogs.
Yeah, awesome.
Oh, thank you. Yes, Braun Breaker.
Yes.
So
okay.
JD gave that prediction of he thinks that Braun Breaker is going to end up getting traded to SmackDown.
Yes.
And when I saw him say that last night, I kind of just really?
Yeah.
Why would they make a big deal to sign him to SmackDown and make it a big old segment on TV? Just a couple weeks later to have him drafted to Raw.
Yeah.
And his debut on Raw is he already thinks he's so good that he's pissed that he's not in the King of the Ring tournament when we haven't seen him in a fucking match. So he tears through that guy last night. But that spear, when he sprinted around the ring and hit that dude, though, I was like, oh.
He went back and forth 3 times and hit him like a freaking cannonball. From the side.
That's one of the most violent looking moves I think I've seen in wrestling in a long time, maybe ever. Like the speed that kid gets with his size. Mm-hmm. So then they dropped it. So now he's mad at Adam Pearce and he's throwing a temper tantrum in his TV segments. And he's doing the whole like, I'm snapping in my mind and I'm like, I don't know if he's turning into the Incredible Hulk or he's going like Psycho Sid or what that is. Just to be traded back to SmackDown, I respect JD's opinions more than anybody's. But for me, I was trying to envision that scenario, and I'm like, that. Now, I'll come on here, and I will admit if this happens that I was wrong. No problem with that. Right. But I just said that scenario does not make any sense. I feel like that is going to be so counterproductive to trying to build Braun Breaker to get him to the level that everybody that's already on the roster is already at. They're trying to catch him up to speed, right? So they got to kind of work with him more than the other people in terms of getting ring time for him and getting the fans accustomed to his persona and booking him and stuff. And I'm like, if you just keep switching shows with him every 2 weeks, like, who's going to give a shit about Braun Breaker? Nobody. I think that's the worst thing they could do if they send him back over to SmackDown.
Exactly. I'm a piggyback off you just a second. Future, go ahead.
He did wrestle on SmackDown when I was there in Detroit. So that was about 6 weeks ago. And nobody knew who the hell he was. They didn't even realize he was a local guy. That crowd sucked. But
nobody in Detroit knew who Braun Breaker was.
That's crazy.
It was nuts, bro. And his dad and
I remember him getting I thought his pop was loud on TV, but you were there, so obviously
I was there. And then we were trying to get the who, and nobody even they just wanted to see Cody.
I swear I heard it. I swear I heard the who on TV.
You might have heard me, but
it might have been the people like in front row, right there by the entrance and stuff, just that little bit, because the camera is right there, right by them. So, but
I don't know. You know, I think there's more of a mid card. He would fit into that Intercontinental Champion class a little better on Raw, because it's kind of slim pickings over on SmackDown, I think.
Yeah, just leave him on Raw. You already flipped him one time. Don't do it again, because it's going to be like the Future was saying that people in Detroit don't even know who the kid is based on who his father and his uncle are. That's crazy to me. You've already flipped him, Joe, so now the Raw audience has got to get used to him. You're never going to get him over, get a fan base going for him if you just keep switching shows on him. No, he's going to be down to. That's going to make people not want to see him. They're going to not care what he's doing.
So, all this was still from Braun Breaker not being a part of the King of the Ring. That's why he's doing this. Per storyline, this is what I would do.
That storyline doesn't even make sense, because like he just got to the main roster from NXT, and already he's pouting that he's not in a major main event or a major pay-per-view match. Well, you got to do something. Just because you can spear a kid that weighs 200 pounds less than you doesn't mean you deserve to be in King of the Ring.
And I agree with you on that, but I look at it from the storyline of Braun Breaker's aspect. Dude, I demolished everybody in NXT. Like, I am a prime target.
He didn't demolish shit on the main roster, though. Fuck NXT.
Yeah, well, yeah. You talking about the main roster? Like, yeah, I get that.
Like, take all the names that are in King of the Ring. He ain't fucking fought one of them dudes. If they put him in King of the Ring, I'm pretty sure everybody on the roster is going to be like, so what the fuck are we doing here? What the fuck am I here every week busting my ass for? If this kid from NXT can just come up and just be treated like the next Goldberg, which is, by the way, what it looks like to me they're treating him as.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're gonna. It's something that they want to do with. For instance, like, this is what I say. Since he was mad about not being in the King of the Ring, I think they're gonna. I think Braun Breaker will be your 2024 Money in the Bank briefcase winner, and he's gonna be on Raw. He's staying on Raw. Tiffany Stratton's taking the women. Braun Breaker is going to. He's going to be in the ring with some of those guys now, Hooli, at Money in the Bank. He's going to be in the ring with
Money in the Bank winner. The Money in the Bank winner can float shows, can he?
He sure can, absolutely.
Because he can decide what belt he wants to go for.
Yeah, he could definitely do that. Whether if he want to go out the Cody or whether if he want to go out the Priest.
Oh, Drew, I do not want to see a Cody versus Braun Breaker. I'll tell you that right now. Absolutely not.
I don't think I want to see that either. I would rather see Drew versus Braun Breaker.
Yes. Someone that can get his physical. Yes, Braun Breaker needs a guy that can get in there and strike with him. You know what I mean? Like Cody Rhodes.
Absolutely.
That would be amazing.
Cody Rhodes
and I'm going to put this on the record. I'm going to put this on. Hang on, Hooli. I'm going to put this on the record. Okay. What you're going to see this year, a match that you will in fact see before Money in the Bank this year, Braun Breaker versus Sheamus. Get ready. That's coming. That's fucking coming. And I can't wait for that. Pause. It's going to happen. And that is going to be a fucking banger.
Who?
Go ahead, Hooli. My bad.
Braun versus Sheamus?
Yeah, Braun Breaker and Sheamus.
Yeah,
it's going to happen before Money in the Bank. Sheamus is going to be in that ladder match. He's going to be in that ladder match.
I'm down.
Let's see. Like, who else? Who else? You're not going to have Drew McIntyre. You're probably going to get your Finn Balor's. You're probably going to get somebody like Jey Uso might end up being in it. And of course,
Money
you're
in
going
the
to have.
Bank? Are you talking about
Money in the Bank?
Cody?
SmackDown people too. I can see Tama Tonga in it. I am. I'm just future booking. That's all. But it's just, where would Braun Breaker, with all this, what he's got pent up, what's happening on Raw? I see Braun Breaker as Money in the Bank. That's what I see.
I could get behind
I feel
that.
like Adam Pearce is going to give him a spot. He's going to
now
win.
that I think about it, what else are they
he
going to do?
could use this current storyline and be like, "Listen, you didn't put me in this tournament. Put me in this."
So you know, that's a great point you guys both bring up. So, because I wasn't from the beginning, I'm not feeling this whole, oh, you didn't put me in the King of the Ring. I didn't like that. That's how they start. Like, that's how they're starting Braun Breaker's career. I wasn't feeling it. But if they go that route, then him throwing this temper tantrum and going on this tirade and spearing local jobbers to the next city over, until Adam Pearce is like, okay, you're literally taking out all the hired talent. Like, they'll probably go some route where he's like, I wouldn't be surprised in the next couple of Braun Breaker jobber matches where we're going to hear commentary talk about, oh, we might even see a stretcher or two come out and see some of these little dudes get carted off, right? And then Adam Pearce will come out and be like, you're like literally, you're physically injuring like everybody we're putting in the ring with you. I could see Adam Pearce going, enough is enough is enough. Okay, calm the fuck down. Here, I'll put you in Money in the Bank. Shut up. And then because it's
like,
all going to be pretty
stop
much
attacking people.
I don't know. You think Sheamus is going to be in Money in the Bank? I feel like he's too big of an individual to be in a ladder match.
I do. If it's for a title shot, yes.
Because like Finn Balor is a good size for a ladder match. Jey Uso is also smaller than Braun Breaker. Like, you stick a bunch of guys those size in the Money in the Bank with Braun Breaker, and then he can really look strong, and he could just really fuck everybody up.
That's true. And if you think about it, like, look at somebody on
Ricochet
on the SmackDown side. Yeah, Ricochet, he'll be added. You can have a couple people over there from the SmackDown side to kind of even out the playing field for both Raw and SmackDown. So, and that's fine with me. But Braun Breaker, I just see that. Like, I'm not gonna say 100% Hooli, but I would say at least 80%. I could see that happen. Midmost Mark, do you have any thoughts? What you think about Braun Breaker? What is your idea of a Braun Breaker being in Money in the Bank because Adam Pearce didn't add him into the King of the Ring tournament? So what's your thoughts on that?
This whole angle of him going roughshod through the roster and just beating up everybody, like, I dig it. It's definitely a sign that they're getting ready to do something with him, and Money in the Bank, probably one of the most obvious starters to that, or at least jump off points for that. So I mean, that whether they've got somebody else in mind, like, he's got a good chance of doing something with it, but I mean, at the end of the day, I really can't say for certain at this point. It's still too early.
So we all know that Braun Breaker's his move is the spear. Can you guys picture Braun Breaker spearing somebody through the ladder?
Yeah. I don't like his spear though. He like corkscrews out of it that totally like decreases it decreases the appeal of the move of him doing it.
But if you notice, the first couple times he did it in the ring, he didn't. I noticed last night when he hit that kid, he jumped and kind of turned his body sideways, right? Because he's running so fast. If he hits that guy with his shoulder straight on, he's going to break that kid's sternum. He's going to crack that kid's rib cage.
Yeah, true.
Because
I'll consider that.
You're going to have to. You can run and you can get that speed, but you're going to have to find a way to hit that guy less with less impact.
Well, and that's, I guess, where I'm kind of leading with this, because the more oomph and energy that you huck into doing your move, to be safe, you have to adjust the look of it, and that is just kind of the appeal as well. Like,
I don't know, it's not a conventional, like when he hits the guy and it's coming from the side at that angle that
like I've seen spears where they barely like say it's obviously there's a connection, but it's so worked and safe, but it also does look impactful because of how they're selling it. So
yeah, I don't think that they should. I didn't like the fact that he had turned his body and hit him from an angle, but I figured I understood why they did it. But I would just rather him hit him with a more impactful spear and have him not run as quickly. Like, you can run fast, but you don't have to run as fast as you fucking can, because that kid can run awfully damn fast for as big as he is. He can get some. I mean, that velocity that he got up last night when he hit that kid, I was just like, how much do you think that kid got paid last night to be on TV? Couple $100?
Like, just a dude running into a dude at that speed, regardless.
Oh yeah, there's no way I'm taking that move for $200. You're gonna have to pay me, buddy.
Yeah, that's at least $1,000 payday.
And all my medical bills, and all my medical that I'm gonna incur from taking that damn move. You're paying all of that too.
Man's gonna be on.
It's about to start. It's actually about to unleash. It's about to unleash here, like ungodly, from what I understand. So, like, I'm just gonna call it a day.
All right.
No need to be out in this weather.
Yeah, get your ass in the house, because I know there's tornado watches for you and me. So get safe and get your ass back on here when you get in the house.
Yeah.
That's an order, soldier.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry. This is probably one of the situations where I might have to go AWOL just for the sake of it. But anyway, I always like deceiving my superiors. If you even want to call yourself that, kind of a clown.
You know we're clowns, man. You know we're clowns.
Yeah.
We're not your superiors. We're your contemporaries.
Why did we switch positions? Pause.
Because of the duck.
Yeah. Rob made a big deal about Future being the duck. The Future's being here and about Future being Rob, Hoodie.
Who?
Jobby Robbie Tate.
Who?
I don't know. Who's Rob?
You mean Swifty Rob Tay-Tay. That's right. That guy.
You mean that kid that spams everybody with links to his show but don't show up for nobody else's show? That guy?
He did say he was at work. He did say he was at work.
No, I don't give a fuck. I literally don't give a fuck.
Another baby hiatus. Oh, you guys, you goof nuts, man. I swear, man. You goof nuts, man. But yeah, Jeremy, just be safe. Just be safe. Get to the house, man, and get set and hop back on here when you get to the house. So,
right on. I will. I'll holler at y'all here shortly.
All right, bro. For the mo, deuces. All right, there goes
bro,
Jeremy.
I'm old enough to be your daddy, and I'll whoop you like I'm your dad. How about them apples?
Oh Lord, are we going to get a heel? Well, Hoolie's already a heel to a degree, so he doesn't need to put heel in front of his
this?
name. You look a little great. What are you a heel? Because if so, I can match on BOW Wrestling when I get a new controller, and we can settle it in the ring.
I never really thought of myself as face or heel, to be honest. I don't know what I am, but I don't know why everybody thinks I'm a heel.
Me neither, but hell, everybody thinks I'm a face, but damn it, I'm like Finn Balor. I got the demon inside. Oh,
you had me cracking up on your gaming stream earlier today, Otis. Oh my God.
Everybody like those. I get like 1,000 comments Like, dude, you're
The gas station is the freaking best. Like that. Like I could watch you play that game anytime. It's so
You got
funny.
me literally like I'm gonna download that game later on. I want to
it's
play it.
fun. It is fun as shit. Somebody told me, hold on, let me look at that because I got the comment right here. I was looking at it earlier. I think it was Flash. Flash hit me up on the stream. He was like, dude, you sound like Shawn Michaels in some of your parts.
If you're a wrestling fan and you don't like Samoa Joe, you might be a hermaphrodite. Just saying. Rob, I guarantee you doesn't even know what that word means. Google that shit.
It's like
don't Google it.
even
Wait, hold on.
even if you, regardless if Joe's playing face or heel, like you know he's just gonna come out and wreck somebody.
If Rob's comment is like making fun of me for liking Samoa Joe, and that implies that he doesn't like Samoa Joe, then I question him as a wrestling fan.
No, I think he means like
this is what he's talking about.
Like your character, not.
Oh, I thought he was making fun of me that I like Samoa Joe. I'm like, you don't like Samoa Joe? What's wrong with you?
He meant like a heel and a face. Like you're the difference between like.
No, I know what you meant.
Hologram is literally the tweener of the resort. He could be heel or face. It doesn't even matter to him.
I'm the heel persona that like people cheer for. I'm like Stone Cold.
Steve Austin.
You're like CM Punk.
There you go.
He's like
that's a better comparison. I'd rather be compared to CM Punk because to me Stone Cold is like God tier, and there's no you can't compare Stone Cold with nobody. So
I agree. All right, so we're done with the whole Natty talk. We're done with the Braun Breaker talk. I know Jeremy probably want to give his thoughts on Braun Breaker because he already told us about his Natty talk. I want to move on to a little bit of AEW/WWE news.
Okay, so guys, real quick, I gotta step away for 10 seconds. I left something in my car. I gotta go grab it. I'll be right back.
You're good, Hooli. You're good. So Ricky Starks was in the news, and he did an interview. I forgot who it was with. I'll probably have to go back and just recheck who it was from. I think I got it from Ringside News. It was Ringside News. And he said a lot of nice things about CM Punk. And that right there is telling me not only the influence of Jade Cargill being there, the influence of CM Punk being there, and what Paul Levesque, aka Triple H, is actually doing as far as putting on better shows and all this. There's no doubt, and I think with the rest of you guys, most of you guys probably agree as well. There's no doubt that he will be in WWE. But the question I have is this: where is he going to land? Future? Go ahead.
Oh, he's WWE, bro. They're not even using him on AEW. At least not that the way that they were, 2 years ago when he was getting that massive push with when he was fighting Hobbs. He's just there now, riding it out. Cody's over there, Punk's over there. They're rolled out the red carpet for Jade. They've got a really good weight class for him to come in there. You know, I'm just thinking of Starks versus Finn Balor, Starks versus Ricochet, Sami Zayn. You know, they've got some tailor-made matches ready for him. So,
who for Braun Breaker?
No, for Ricky Starks.
Oh,
Balor versus Ricky Starks. That's interesting. That is interesting. I would like to see that. Or
and Starks, he does the old school. He walks on the ropes. He comes out here, and, kind of an Undertaker.
Hold on. I'm sorry, guys.
Go ahead, Hulu.
I don't know how I don't know if she's like trying to work me up, like get a rise out of me, or if she's just kidding. Like, I don't know the context of that comment, but I need to know what she means by I'm a fan/critic. Jekyll. Yeah, but she called me Jekyll and Hyde, so I need to know the context of what she means by that before I go off.
Jen, we are waiting on your answer for that. We said he is loaded up and ready. Pause. But I agree with you though, Future. Oh man, some great matches that could happen with Ricky Starks. Immediately, I see Ricky Starks as an Intercontinental Champion. If anybody's going to bring back the old Intercontinental belt, I want it to be Ricky Starks. I want it to be Ricky Starks to bring that title back. Oh, you're not a stan. You're not a hater. It's still saying you're right in the middle, kind of like the CM Punk route. Like, I don't know, like he has such a very knowledgeable of this product, and I believe correct me if I'm wrong, Hooli. You look at both sides of the spectrum as far as when it comes to WWE and AEW. Am I correct?
I try to be. It's
It's
so growing
hard.
up. It's grown up. I don't know. I've met more people. I've met more wrestling fans that grew up watching all kinds of wrestling, New Japan stuff, independent stuff. I, living on the West Coast,
Mhm.
only ever saw WWE on TV. I never saw
Right.
local indie stuff on TV. I never. Um, my parents were real strict, so if I happened to be at home and it was on TV and they weren't at home, or it was late night and they were asleep, I would watch wrestling. That was really the only way I could consume it. So I grew up. I didn't know that there was all kinds of wrestling outside of WWE. I just thought WWE was what professional wrestling was, and it didn't go outside of that. So
Right.
then when I got into high school and I noticed ECW and WCW, I'm like, okay, what's this? Well, watching WCW before the Monday Night Wars, and all you have to compare it to is the glitz and the glam and the production value that WWE shows. WCW looked low budget. It looked like some half-assed knockoff Wish version wannabe WWE that I just was having a tough time getting into.
Mhm.
And then I saw ECW. That changed things. Then the ECW guys came into WWE. The Monday Night Wars shit happened. I really got into WCW heavily. So now here I am. Growing up, I consider myself a WWE kid, but I also know I've been watching wrestling long enough to know what's good from what's dog shit, and WWE has been dog shit for far too long. And I'm just a pro wrestling fan at this point, so I'll call out some good shit that I like, and not everybody has to agree with me and like the same
Yeah.
shit, and that's fine, but I call out what I like, and I call out what I don't like. And it sucks that we're just now on this platform and we hadn't been doing this the entirety of AEW's run as a company, because if we would have all been in here 5 years ago, you'd hear me saying how bad WWE sucks and fuck that place, and AEW is awesome and I love what they're doing and it's something different and yay AEW. But they're not
Yeah.
doing yay AEW shit right now. So why am I going to say yay AEW to what I'm watching on TV is I don't like much of it.
Future. You did you grow up on Nitro? Or did you grow up on like Okay, so Future was more of a WCW guy. I'm like you, Hooli.
I used
I grew
to
up.
watch it as a kid, and it was
Yeah,
like Hulk Hogan and Coco Beware and
Yes.
uh,
yeah,
And
Andre the Giant and King Kong Bundy, and then kind of into
yeah.
like the early '90s, and it was Bret Hart and Mr.
Mr.
Perfect was my
Perfect,
guy,
Shawn Michaels, yep.
and
The early
then
stages of Stone Cold Steve
WCW
Austin.
was around, but they weren't like really big.
They weren't popping
Um,
yet, no.
Yeah,
because I
Not on the
mean,
West Coast, because the time difference and shit, you rarely saw it here.
because it was still, kind of the early '80s. It was still a lot of territory wrestling, and then it became WCW.
And cable TV didn't even become a thing really until the mid midish
Jesus.
80s, and it was so expensive back then. Like,
Yeah,
I know my family couldn't afford to have cable back then. Like, it was pretty expensive when it first started out. Like, not
it really
everybody
is.
had
And
cable TV.
It
and
really
And that
is.
was
Raw
the only
used to
way for
be
West Coast people to see WCW was you had to have cable, because on the West Coast, watching local West Coast channels, they didn't show WCW over here.
Yeah, yeah. That is true. I mean, with me being in the Midwest, we got all of it. They always say because Oklahoma is right in the middle of the United States, so we are literally the melting pot of everything that comes through here. And I grew up on WWE or WWF. Excuse me. I
Yes,
grew up on
WWF. Yep,
when
same.
Ultimate Warrior, Hogan, Coco
Macho
Beware,
Man,
Macho Man. Ooh, yeah.
Bret Hart,
Macho
Owen Hart. Do you guys
Bret
remember the
Owen,
Berserker?
the Berserker.
Do you remember that big old jacked up bald headed dude named the Warlord?
Warlord, yeah. Yeah, it looks like he was a lost road warrior, if you ask me. You
You
know, back when like we didn't like I remember Hardcore Holly, but I also remember Sparkplug Bob Holly. Who
I
remembers
remember
that?
Sparkplug when he had his mullet.
Yes.
I remember, and he had
Yes.
his little checkerboard racing flag on his pants. I remember that.
Yes. I remember that. I remember when Razor Ramon lost to the 1-2-3 Kid.
I
remember
watched that Raw live. I remember that night to this day because it was one of the few times that my parents weren't at home for whatever reason, and I knew Raw was on, and I turned that shit on, and Razor Ramon at that point was like one of my favorites. And to
like
watch who I thought was just some random person, because I don't know if you guys ever watched the angle where they did how they discovered Earthquake, and he was sitting as a big fat guy in the crowd, and Dino Bravo was doing the thing where he would push up guys on his back, and he was like, pick me the biggest guy here and I'll do push-ups with them. So they picked who we end up getting to know as Earthquake, John, I forget his last name. John Tetna, yeah. So they pick him out of the crowd, and I'm like, I was thinking as a kid in that moment, how lucky this dude is. Like, what are the odds of this happening, right? Had no idea.
He's a plant.
Business, right. I had no idea that kind of shit happened in wrestling. I was like 10 years old. So I'm watching that, and I'm like, how cool is that? So when back to Razor Ramon and 1-2-3 Kid, I figured 1-2-3 Kid was someone that they had just plucked from the audience, like that John Tenta guy. Yeah. And then he beats Razor Ramon, and I'm like, how the hell did a wrestler just lose to a regular guy? I'm like, I didn't understand that. And then the next time I got to see wrestling again, I think there was I think I saw one more 1-2-3 Kid match before then he became who he became.
Right. Yeah, and I agree with you because see, I remember that episode when 1-2-3 Kid defeated Razor Ramon, and dude,
I couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. That was like one of my first holy shit moments in wrestling, to be honest.
Like I was such a Razor Ramon. I remember his vignettes. He used to walk. He was so Scarface like. He used to have them little Miami like shirts on with some jeans. Walk the street, go grab a fruit. Like he'll talk all that shit. Like I remember when Razor Ramon started. Like Scott Hall was amazing, but that was just when I started watching it. You know, and it was. I got hooked. I went to my first WWE live event here in Oklahoma City back when it's called the Cox Pavilion, but back then it used to be called the Myriad. So me and my dad went, and the first tag team that I ever watched was Demolition. You remember Demolition?
Bro, Demolition was shit.
Demolition was so cool.
Axe would, he'd have him on his knee, and Smash would come out and give him that elbow. It's like it was game over, man.
Dude, Axe and Smash was the shit.
Do you remember the wrestling? I don't remember if it was it might have been WrestleFest. I don't remember what WWF game it was. And if you had Demolition, I think it was WrestleFest. If you had them both in a tag team match, you could do their tandem finisher.
Really?
And I used to always get my ass fucked up by the computer trying to pull their finisher off because I could never figure it out how to actually get it to happen. And the computer would beat me every time. And then I'd be out of quarters and I'd be like, why do I keep doing this? I'd be so mad. But there was just some OCD thing in my brain. I had to freaking do the Demolition finisher, and I could never do it.
I'm gonna have to. I have that on my computer on an emulator, so I'm definitely gonna have to give that a shot and try.
I might be wrong about the title. It might not have been WrestleFest. It might have been WrestleMania.
Who was their guy? It wasn't Heenan. It was Mr. Fuji, right?
Mr. Fuji. Definitely.
I love Demolition. There was a time period where I went a couple years without watching the product because my parents and whatever. And then when I saw Demolition again, they because I remember the first time I saw Crush, he was the Hawaiian guy with the orange and purple. And then I didn't watch for a while, and the next time I saw it, Crush was part of Demolition
Demolition.
with the face paint and
Yeah,
everything.
he
I'm
was.
like, what the fuck happened here?
I forgot his name in Demolition. I know you had Axe and Smash,
He
and
was
you had
and Crush. He was Crush in Demolition.
He was Crush.
He was
Okay,
Crush. Yeah,
okay.
Axe Smash and Crush.
But yeah, that was like one of my favorite tag teams. And then I loved Ted DiBiase, Virgil, IRS, the $1 Million Corporation. Those were just, that's how I got started. I remember Kamala, the first ever casket match. I watched that live. It was awesome as shit. But I remember, and I hate that I veered clearly off track though, but these are good memories. I remember, if you guys remember, the Royal Rumble where Yokozuna defeated the Undertaker in the casket match. Do you guys remember when Undertaker appeared on that screen and that little silhouette started floating up from above the screen? Do y'all remember that? Scared the shit out of me. I was like, holy shit, the Undertaker is real. That's a ghost. He was just in that coffin.
Bro, I watched his intro live, his debut, and I remember sitting on the couch and then hearing the funeral music and watching that slow walk. And it wasn't so much the Undertaker. I think he looked like death with the makeup, the beige makeup they put on his face, right? Yes. So he looked like a corpse in the early years, like a dead guy walking to the ring, which obviously the dead man. But I wish they would have stuck with the face makeup a little longer and kept him looking like that dead guy. But the guy that scared the fuck out of me was Paul Bearer.
Oh yeah.
There was something about that. Oh, just you doing that, just like look, like The Rock does. Like when he slaps his arm, I just got goosebumps when you said, "Oh
yeah, he's gonna come after you, and he's gonna punch you."
Like when I was a kid, I didn't really know what. Like I didn't know what a lot of things meant, and then I'm like, oh, that makes sense. He's a pallbearer. Okay, that's Paul Bearer. Like as a kid, that didn't occur to me.
Right. Same.
Oh, now I get it. Okay. I remember when Brother Love brought the Undertaker out the first time.
Dude. My dad, it's funny because my dad, I've told the story a few times. I don't know in here or not, but my dad hated pro wrestling. He thought only people with Down syndrome and poor white trash watched wrestling, right?
What the
Literally.
hell?
So, that being said, one of the few times that I was channel surfing and wrestling popped up,
right?
And my dad had been at home and not at work. One time the segment was, I think it was like a Sunday Morning Superstars or something, and them shows on the weekend were very promo heavy. You got to see maybe one or two matches, and it was always a superstar versus a jobber you had never heard of before, and it was a bummer because I'm like, I want to see a superstar versus a superstar, right? But the promos were good, and this particular day, Brother Love was cutting some promo in his white suit with his cherry red face and doing the I love you thing. And I remember my dad, I remember hearing through the TV Brother Love's voice, I love you. And my dad looks at the TV screen and he just goes off, right? And I'm like, and it's funny because that ended up being Bruce Pritchard, who we all know about today. But obviously back then I didn't know who the fuck a Bruce Pritchard was, or if even anybody knew that's what his real name was. He was just Brother Love, right? But my dad hated Brother Love with a passion, and it's funny because if I were to go and tell him now, like who Bruce Pritchard is and how nobody likes him, he would say something like, "I told you that like 40 years ago."
Dude, my dad then and now doesn't know. He doesn't know dick for shit about wrestling, but he'll still say, "I love you." It's so funny.
Yeah, we all know about Brother Love, man. But that's just how far I go from wrestling. When I started watching WCW, it literally, like, I've watched the Saturday morning shows every now and then when it was in the power plant and stuff like that. I remember some of that. I remember seeing Stone Cold there at not Stunning Steve Austin. What was his name in WCW? Because he was part of
it was the Hollywood Blondes. It was Stunning Steve
Hollywood
Austin.
Blondes. Yeah, Stunning Steve. Yeah, he was part of the Hollywood. I remember watching him and Brian Pillman, and it didn't really. WCW didn't get interesting to me until the Monday Night Wars kicked off. When that first episode at Mall of America kicked off.
And Luger showed up.
Up. That was the show right there, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
And Luger
was
showed
just
up in the mall, right?
Yes, yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Holy shit!" Luger was on WWE WWF not that long ago. Look at he's now. I got interested, so I'm like, okay, so now they finna do something with Luger and Flair. Oh shit!
Rick Rude was on both shows in the same night.
In the same night. But
that's when Raw
started.
That's when Raw was taped on Sundays.
Oh shit! Hey, Jeremy, get safe, bro. Get safe right goddamn now. And you let us know when you're safe, bro.
I don't know how y'all be living like that, bro, with sirens going off and just the weather like that. And I'd be in total paralyzation to do anything if it was just tornado warnings going off every day where I live. I couldn't live like that, man.
Yeah, like we got to stay on our toes. We're just up under a watch, but Jeremy's more in the danger zone.
I don't move that quickly, my guy. I can't be living in a place where I got to worry about the clouds coming down and just sucking me up into them, bro. I can't do.
Oh, don't worry. Hey, Huli, I got a picture. The night before last, we had a couple of tornadoes run through here. I got a picture. I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna text it to you. I'm gonna send you the picture.
When I lived in Colorado one time when I was a kid, I remember it was a real bad thunderstorm, and we were at my mom's friend's place, and I remember looking out the window up at the sky, and I watched this funnel cloud form and start to come down, like right where we were, like right where the apartment complex was. And this thing came down, and I remember thinking to myself, like, I think we're all about to die, right? And I had this thought in my head, and this thing comes down, and it stops, and then it went back up, and it never touched the ground. And that's the closest I ever been to being in an actual tornado, and I don't ever want to ever be any closer, ever.
I've been in a couple of them. Me and my mother. Yeah, me and my mother, and my youngest daughter. We was in. I had a 2015 like literally ice white Dodge Ram, and we was watching the news report one day, and the weatherman told us, he was like, if you stay on the south side of OKC, you need to head south because this storm is coming from west to east, and it's going to travel right down 40. All right, we get up, we book, and I'm talking about traffic is nut to butt traffic. So we was like, well, we need to get some gas. So we stopped and put some gas in the tank. Let me tell you the sequence that happened. I went in the stove, gave him money for the gas, got in, put the nozzle in the truck, started filling up. As soon as that dial hit, because I put $10 in there. So as soon as that dial hit $10 even, I jumped in my truck. Everything started going crazy. I held my mom and my daughter close to me. And when it was over, the awning of the gas station fell on my side, and this close.
And right when we get to the punchline, it freezes, right?
This close. It would be no BiggOh today.
We didn't get to hear the finish of the story, bro. I didn't. You cut out.
My bad, but I was this close from not being here. This happened like at 2015 or 20.
You cut out after you said the awning.
2016.
I didn't hear anything
you
said
like
after the awning.
the awning. So we was on the outside. Yeah, we was on the outside pump, and we was still right up under the awning. And when that tornado came through, I was in the truck with my mom and my youngest daughter, just huddle up in the middle. And they had just built a hotel next to the gas station. There was a big ass tree right there. It fell, was this close from taking out my mom, and the awning was this close from taking me out. So the only person that would have been alive would have been my youngest daughter.
I didn't know you had
took
kids.
off. Yeah, I got 3 girls.
Damn.
So it was this close though. But yeah, when you living in Tornado Alley, that goes for Texas too. You got to be on your toes. Especially around this time of the year, because it is tornado season. It is severe weather peak season, where because of how right the climate is and everything, and how you get the warm air mixed with the cold air and stuff like that. Of course, we all know how tornadoes form, but the climate has just been so perfect here in the Midwest that the slightest drop of like precipitation in the sky, it could turn into a supercell which can turn into a tornado, a hailstorm, a windstorm. It's a lot of convection energy behind these storms. Not trying to
No,
bore y'all with my, with all my weather talk.
no, it's all good. I'm from
Welcome
Nebraska.
to the Weather Channel.
I'm from Nebraska, but my parents moved away from Nebraska shortly after I was born. Like I was about 6 months old, so I don't have any recollection of ever living there. But
Yeah,
my dad's family all lived there, so my parents would get us loaded up into their little shitty two-door Celica hatchback with like no AC, and we'd have to drive all the way from Oregon to Nebraska in the middle of summer, just dying of heat. But that tornado that they showed on Twitter, and I don't remember if it was Omaha or Lincoln, like a week or two ago. The size, I'm still wondering, was that a real footage? Because I've never seen a tornado that wide. I mean, it was like, it was so wide, it looked like it looked like it was like 30 miles wide to me. I'm like, how? I've never seen a funnel that wide and like that. I don't know. I'd never seen nothing like that. And they said that was either in Nebraska or Lincoln. I don't remember. And I was like, yeah, no, fuck all that.
So I know so as a matter of fact, Nebraska right now, as of I think like today and like yesterday, they had a couple tornadoes go through their little areas and stuff.
Yeah.
The one that I remember most about Nebraska is the Pilfer twins. Not using that it's actually a little town in Nebraska, and they had like two F4 tornadoes on the ground at the same time.
Jesus.
It's some of the most scariest thing to see. And listen, I live in Oklahoma. The little small town that's probably like 5 minutes away from me called Moore, Oklahoma. How many of you guys know about what happened in Moore, Oklahoma in 2013? And like 4 or 5 years ago, when that EF4 came through, went all the way through Newcastle, it carved a scar in the earth. You could see it from satellite. It carved a scar through Newcastle, Oklahoma, and went straight through Moore. Took out elementary schools, took out the Orr family farm. A lot of people lost their lives and everything.
Wait, when was that?
I think it was 2013. 2013 or something. Like we was just hit with a bunch of tornadoes.
I think I remember seeing the footage of all that destruction and because I remember the news talking about saying that the tornado had like leveled an entire town or something. And I'm like, how big is a fucking tornado got to be to take out a whole town? Like, fuck all that, dude, man.
F5, F4s, they're huge. They're huge.
I don't know. When you guys know you're in a tornado warning at nighttime, right? And you're getting ready to go to sleep, how do you even close your eyes and get good sleep?
That's the thing. I don't. I know people that sleep through sirens and storms and stuff like that, but I'm up. So like, I just can't. You can't really get away. You can't really get around that, especially at nighttime stuff, because you got to know where it is. At nighttime is some of the most dangerous time to kind of just be expecting tornadoes, or even if you're just an aspiring storm chaser. That nighttime is some of the dangerous times to go storm chasing. So and the nighttime tornadoes is like, dude, it's just you're on eggshells. You're literally on eggshells, bro. So yeah, absolutely. You're literally on eggshells. All right. Back to the show, man. Sorry about that. We got off all the subject and stuff like that. Start talking about wrestling and weather. Told you, man, we can talk about whatever. We talk about anything on here, man. The next thing I want to talk about is Serena Deeb. Now,
Serena Dweeb. Blech.
Now, my thoughts about this is because I saw that little promo and everything she did. She's getting ready to go into this title match with Toni Storm for the AEW Women's Championship. And me and the bro from the Mo, we talked about this. We talked about this last week. You good, Hooli? We talked about this last week because we know that Toni Storm is supposedly supposed to be the heel in this feud. And I guess Serena Deeb is trying to be somewhat of a face, a tweener, or whatever you want to call it. But they're actually cheering Toni Storm a little, more than they are Serena Deeb.
Well, Toni Storm has gotten the gimmick over.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I got a comment for Jen. This will make Jen laugh. I would rather watch Natalya wrestle than Serena Deeb.
Oh my god!
Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Hey, I got to spark up to that one. That was a statement right there. Woo. I got to spark up for that one. What you think, Jen? Rather watch
Real.
Natalia than Serena Dweeb?
I can't. I liked Serena Deeb when she was whoever her name was in the Straight Edge Society. I liked that
Yeah.
whole
Oh,
gimmick.
it was Serena. It was Serena.
Oh, it was? Okay. I don't remember
She's
what
still
her
Serena.
name was back then, but yeah, ever since she's been in AEW, I see her. She should be like Sarah D'Amato. She should be training the women and be like a backstage coach and shit. She has no business being in the ring for me, in my opinion.
Hey, Julio, look. Rob says you may be Phil Brooks after that take. And then look. Jill was like, "Come on!" Oh, look, she got spark up too. See, I had to look. We got to spark up for that comment. Like Jesus
All right.
Christ!
Cheers!
Hold on.
I'm lighting right now.
All right. Hey, if you got it, goddamn it, spark it, man. Spark it.
You know what this noise is?
I don't want the house to smell like cigar for like a whole week.
Crack a window. Crack. Well, you ain't got to puff on the whole thing. Just
Future, the saying is, if you got it, spark it, referring to a little green plant.
True. But spark whatever you got, though. Spark whatever you got.
Yeah, you can spark a cigar, I guess, if you really want to, but I wouldn't want my house smelling like cigars either.
And not on
Jen said Natty works 23 seconds getting squashed or 16 minutes putting me to sleep, but she's not overly good in the ring. It's empty calories. Damn. Jen. Guardian says he has him an edible chocolate. That's whatever gets you there. Hey, we're here to enjoy ourselves. Bang, bang, bang.
Feel the bang.
So did anybody notice this? When I was watching SmackDown, did you see at the bottom of the screen it said that the official beverage of the official energy drink of SmackDown was C4? Does that have anything to do? But they still had the Prime Hydration station there also.
Dude, 7-Eleven has a cardboard cutout of Seth freaking Rollins with C4 surrounding it at my store right now. I gotta go in that place every night after I get off of work and be like, look at this clown with this damn red and yellow on. Who does he think he is? Like,
I don't think I've ever even. I don't think I've tried it before.
I've never tried it either. I'm not big on energy drinks like that. I'm really not. Not the Bang. Not the.
Ghost is really
good. I used to be
really good Ghost flavors. Bang is weird because it's got creatine in it.
So I used to be. I've been struggling with the energy drink issue for many years, and
yeah,
I got to a point where they made me really, really sick. I had to go to the hospital a couple of times because of these things. I didn't realize that that's what it was at the time because I was in my like early 30s, and I don't know if y'all remember this, but one of the first energy drinks other than Red Bull that was out on the market was made by, I don't know if you guys get it where you live. There's a Seattle-based soda company called Jones Soda, and they made one of the first energy drinks called Whoop Ass. And I'm pretty sure that's where Stone Cold got the phrase, I'm going to open up a can of Whoop Ass on you. I used to drink a can of Whoop Ass before work, before my shifts back then. And one morning I drank one. And then on my way to work, I was like, I need to stop and get another one. I think I was probably high at the time, so I probably had cotton mouth pretty bad. So I remember cracking open the second Whoop Ass on my way to work. And by the time I got to work, my body was doing all kinds of weird shit, right? I was sweating, I was shaking, I was breathing like I had run a marathon. I'm like, I never felt this before. Like, I don't know what's going on. I thought I was getting sick or something. I had no idea. It was due to the stuff I was drinking, right? So I got off energy drink.
You're a janitor, Rob? You're a janitor? My bad, Julio.
Yeah, works at Petco over here, PetSmart.
I think he's a janitor. He said he has to clean
the tank as in the men's room.
My bad, Julio.
Or does he mean a fish tank? So I got off energy drinks.
Yeah.
A couple years later, the company, there's a company that used to make these drinks that were in glass bottles. They were called Sobe, referring to South.
Yeah,
It was
it had a little
company,
lizard on it.
Yes, lizard. So Sobe was a short way of saying South Beach. The company was based out of Miami, and they started making an energy drink called No Fear that had like triple the amount of caffeine as like a Red Bull. This thing had like 350 or 400 milligrams of caffeine something. One day I drank 2 of these in a day, and I had to go to the hospital, and I was like, okay, whatever's in these energy drinks is what's been fucking me up. I can't drink these no more. So I got off them for years. Then Bang Energy came out, right? And I saw that a bunch of stuff online about Bang being better for you and not having all the shit that like Red Bull. I can't even drink Monster or Rockstar. Those are probably the 2 worst energy drinks you could put in your body. So I start trying these Bangs, and I'm like, they also have like 360 milligrams of caffeine, but they weren't giving me the jitters. So I'm like, oh, cool. Like I can handle these. Then they went out of business because apparently the owner of that company owed Monster like millions of dollars. So Monster sued Bang, won. It bankrupted Bang. Bang then had to sell the company to Monster. So now there's still Bang Energy, but it's owned by Monster. And then I used to be on Bangs. I drank at least 1 Bang a day for like 5 years and had no problems.
Senator Guevara was a huge supporter of Bang.
And I even was on Twitter back in like 2017 because the founder of the company, I believe at the time he followed me on Twitter, and I was trying to, I didn't realize that like if you're going to get any kind of merch from one of them companies, you got to be a content creator with a big following. And I didn't realize this at the time. I was trying to get a Bang mini fridge to put in my stream room. And long story short, got off energy drinks again. And then these new ones started popping up like Celsius recently, Ghost the last couple of years. I've just discovered Ghost within the last probably 6 months. I just bought 2 last night. I really love the Ghost, man. Love them a lot.
It's good. It's good. You get the Ghost.
I don't drink I don't drink the candy flavors though, like Skittles and shit. I don't like that.
The orange one is really good, and then
tropical mango is bomb.
The strawberry margarita one is fucking good.
That is good.
It's strawberry mango Rita.
Yeah.
That one's bomb. Pink lemonade is one of my favorites. Cherry limeade is good, and
I had that.
A tropical mango is good too.
The orange creamsicle one's pretty good too.
I haven't tried that one yet.
I like this. I've tried a couple of the Ghost energy drinks. I like the Celsius and
Celsius were good for about a month, and then they started fucking with me really bad. They gave me terrible headaches. If you drink a Celsius every day, try going 1 or 2 days without, and tell me you don't get the worst migraine headache of your life.
I have 1 a week at least.
Oh, 1 a week?
Usually okay. Yeah, I have 1 a week. I usually on my and it's usually like my Mondays. Like tomorrow when I go to work, I will have one. But
that's fine then, because if you're drinking 1 a day and then you cut yourself off, your body goes through a bad withdrawal from them things, man.
Yeah, but I'm usually take my Powerade.
1 a week is cool.
My water, I usually do that. Tang is a good one. Tang was good for what it was back in the day.
I ain't gonna lie, I love Tang. I don't know why Tang gets so much hate. I love that shit.
Yeah, it was good. It was.
Or Hawaiian Punch.
Hawaiian Punch actually, I think I had an allergy to like red food coloring or something because Hawaiian Punch always made me throw up.
I think depending on the flavor. If it's Hawaiian Punch, depending on the flavor.
Like I can drink it now, but I couldn't as a kid.
I wish they still sold like
JP Giles, Four Locos got sued because a kid from Washington died. And they had to take the caffeine out, so it's not an energy drink anymore.
Okay. Yeah, I must have been lagging though. I must have been lagging.
They still make the Four Locos, but they had to take the caffeine out of them.
Did they really?
Yeah, that was like years ago, bro.
I didn't even know that. I think I usually have like 1 Four Loko every month. That's I'm really not.
Kanisha just made a good comment. So one of the Celsius flavors, I think it's peach vibe. It's called.
Yes.
A lot of
I- I-
Celsiuses are made have green coffee bean caffeine in
yeah.
them, but if you drink the peach vibe, tell me the aftertaste doesn't taste exactly like coffee.
It does taste like coffee.
It does.
It
It's
does.
weird. It's
It does.
it's a very weird taste to taste peach and then coffee.
I'm gonna have to put that
All
theory
right.
to the test this weekend.
Hey, give it a shot. Give it a shot. All right. So, anyways, back to the original subject. Me and Jeremy was talking about Serena Deeb, and I asked one question. This is actually the only point that I want to get
You
across.
see, this is why I don't like Serena Deeb, because she'll make you have an hour-long conversation about energy drinks.
But because I never saw Serena Deeb as a baby face. But if you want to try to get her over as a baby face, who could get her over as a baby face? Anybody. I don't see nobody getting Serena Deeb over as a baby face. I don't
The
care
way she
who you
talks
are.
to the crowd, she talks to the crowd like they're a piece of shit. And then she wonders why they can't, like, she doesn't get over as a face. I'm dead serious. Her
Like,
facial expressions are always like she has an attitude and like she's mad about something or complaining about something. And it's like
Lacey Evans did the same thing too.
yes, and it's like
Come out
that
there and be
person, like
you're a piece of shit, but I'm a soldier, so you have to respect me. No, we don't.
yeah, and it's like Serena Deeb, please stop talking on a live microphone.
Like for real, it's impossible for her to be a baby face. I will never ever see.
And her body type, like Becky Lynch, when you're all just like you have no body fat on you and you're just skin and bone and muscle like that. I don't know. There's just something about that I just don't want to see in wrestling, especially from the females. I'm like, Serena Deeb, you don't really look that healthy. Actually, you look like you're severely underweight.
Yeah,
like you need meat on your bones to take the bumps. In my opinion,
like anyone. I don't care if they're in WWE. I don't.
There's
care.
no cushion on the ring. That shit. If you ever dropped your ass on a wrestling ring, that shit hurts like hell.
I took a bump in the ring before WrestleMania 17 in Houston, Texas. We got.
You've been to WrestleMania?
Yeah, I went to WrestleMania 17, Austin versus Rock, when Austin turned on the fans and joined McMahon in that main event. People booed their ass off.
I thought Seattle, or was that 18?
No, because 25 and 17 was in Houston, Texas. 17 was at the Astrodome.
Okay, then it was either the year before or the year after that it was here in Seattle.
But yeah, they booed. They booed so hard. People went home pissed that night. I was like, holy, but nah, they had the WrestleMania back then. It was called WrestleMania Access, and you had to pay a ticket price to get in there. Of course, you had to pay.
And it was spelled weird, like AXXESS or something like that.
Yes. So once you pay your little, I think it was $25. You paid your $25. You can go do whatever, and then you pay like $15 for an autograph. You paid another $25 for an autograph and a picture. For the bigger stars, because I met Triple H that year, and I had like a 10-foot poster that I got at the Access. He autographed it and everything, and I paid $25 for that autograph and that picture and stuff. It was cool. Undertaker was there. He charged.
What are they charging for that nowadays at WrestleMania?
Man, I don't know who, but you know what? I don't know if anybody in the chat has been to a recent WrestleMania. I went to 25 too, but I went to night 2 of 25, and I should have went to night 1 because that's when Cody came back. The closest person I could say that might have some type of knowledge of what those prices are will probably be Future, since he went to the brunches.
Do you mean 35? They didn't have a 2-night WrestleMania at 25.
Yeah, they did.
Well,
yeah, they did. Wait, was
They've
it?
only done 2-night manias for 5 years.
They they did not, because Cody showed up at night 1, and I didn't go. I went to night 2.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's WrestleMania 35, not 25.
Oh,
you
I'm
just had
tripping.
WrestleMania 40.
Yeah, yeah. You're right. 35.
I was confused.
35.
I'm like, Cody came back at 25. I'm like, that was like fucking 15 years ago.
My bad. But yeah, it was 35 because that was when it was in Dallas. So yeah. So yeah,
Thousands of dollars, Patrick Palmer said, and that's me guessing.
probably so.
Oh man, you can't do anything
Probably
anymore,
so.
man. They, like I said earlier on your in your stream,
Yeah,
they legit, these companies don't matter. These companies that have been around so long that now they're big corporations,
right.
like WWE, like a EA Sports, like a whatever, any form of entertainment, NFL, NBA, even our legal court system, it's a money generating machine system that just constantly is being fed dollars on every, by the second. So
Mhm.
the prices of stuff now, they literally, if you want to go to these events and stuff, hope you got food stamps and shit. Hope you got everything you need when you get back home. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna have to come out your pockets if you ain't making 6 figures a year. It's gonna be hard for a lot of people to get to these events.
And you know what, Jen? Of course, like baseball is really just getting started. So you're gonna now when we get to playoff, let me tell you something.
Brandon
Game
just said the
5,
Cubs Cardinals game was $15 a ticket.
hell, Game 5 of the Oklahoma City Thunder Dallas Mavericks game, $300, and I'm talking nosebleeds.
Yeah, man,
I'm
shit's
talking
crazy.
nosebleeds. When
Bro, I would go to Seahawk games for like $50 a ticket, and then they went to the Super Bowl. Bro, tickets for the section I was accustomed to sitting in went from like $50 to $75 a ticket to like $400 or $500.
Holy shit!
And it was like, well, I guess I've seen my time in Seattle Seahawk games. I guess I'll just stay home and watch it on TV.
Yeah, I had fun while it lasted. It was awesome. It was cool.
Yeah, I can't justify them kind of prices, bro. Like these wrestling tickets,
they're ridiculous, bro.
They're egregious, bro.
When I got me and Jeremy's ticket, I paid $142 for the seats that I had, and we was literally like a couple of rows away from floor. Couple of rows away from floor, and that's crazy. That is just crazy stuff. But yeah, and I hear some of you guys talking about WWE's ticket prices. Look, listen, I paid $72 for my SmackDown ticket when they show up on September 27th.
That's not that bad.
Yeah.
The people in
Yeah,
France
I think
we're paying like $400.
Like $60.
Yeah.
Didn't they say Backlash tickets were like $300-$400 on average a ticket?
Yeah,
bro. They set a gate record with an attendance of 11,000.
I know, that's crazy. But then people were willing to pay. There was a sign in that crowd that said, "I've waited my whole life for this." So people, imagine being a wrestling fan your whole life and it never. I felt that way growing up as a kid because it wasn't allowed to come to Oregon because of the doping laws, the drug testing and all that stuff, and Vince wouldn't put the wrestlers through it because he knew none of them could pass. So it was not allowed. They were not allowed to come into Portland until 2004, and lost my train of thought again. Totally just went.
Well, you was talking about WWE going back to Oregon. You said 2004.
What was Future? What did Future say?
I do remember that. Future was talking about the tickets was $60 when he for the SmackDown. Because I paid
ticket prices. Yeah, that's right, ticket prices. So in 2004, I went to Unforgiven. It was the one and only time WWE's had a pay-per-view in Portland, other than NXT TakeOver. But I'm talking about main roster.
Yeah.
Floor tickets back then in 04, where you got to keep the collectible foldable chair. I think they were like $250, $300, and I was like, wow, you got to be out of your fucking mind. Like, that's crazy, right? And then now you look at it and you're just like, they said 2004 said, hold my beer.
Yeah,
we went to one of the very last Nitro shows. It was at Pepsi Center, and we sat on the floor. We got to keep our seats, and the tickets were only like $150.
But that's not bad.
And we got to keep the chairs, and that was like 2000.
Up until recently, even when WWE would do like Raw and SmackDown, for many years you could get, if you wanted to just go to the show and you didn't want to come out of your pocket, they sold tickets for like $20 for like the 300 section and shit. So tickets were to attend like a SmackDown or a Raw were fairly okay priced for a long time, up until, I don't know what's happened in like the last 2 or 3 years, but even me and my kid, I think to go to NXT Takeover Portland, I didn't pay more than $200 for both of our tickets combined. I don't think. It might have been $250, but that might have been with fees and shit too. So yeah, ticket prices weren't, for the economy as we were going through the different decades. I never felt like ticket prices were out of reach like they are now. I feel like my main bucket list in life is to attend a WrestleMania, and
I might start saving now for next year. I don't know yet.
I should have done it. I should have gone last year when it was in LA. I should have, man. I'm so pissed that I didn't, because I had the money to do it and it was like not a thing. And now I see how ticket prices have gone since even last year, and I'm like, yeah, it might be the bucket list item that I never get to check off. I don't know. We'll see.
It'll happen. Just hey, if you say it enough
I
times, it's going to happen.
underestimated how expensive SummerSlam was going to be based on what Royal Rumble was. I don't know what is so expensive in Cleveland, frickin' Ohio, but it's like we were down there in Tampa, Florida. I mean, maybe it's just cheaper in Florida. I don't know, but
Yeah, Florida is. But SummerSlam in Ohio is like summer scam.
I mean,
I've got friends.
I mean,
you know, I've got friends that live in Detroit. I should have when they were there last year, but I don't know.
I'm sure there's shit to do in Ohio. They probably got amusement parks and shit. I don't know, but it's just not somewhere that you.
Oh
It's
well,
not anybody's go-to travel
like,
destination unless you got
Canton's
family
like
there.
half an hour away. Go to the NFL Hall of Fame. You got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You've got the river, I guess.
Oh yeah, there is shit to do in Ohio. I forgot about that. I forgot all those places were there. I've never been there. That's like one of the few states I have never been to is Ohio. Except their airport, obviously, on a connecting flight, but I've never been outside their airport.
That's kind of how I feel when I go to Memphis.
Technically, the Cincinnati airport's in Kentucky anyway, so it's weird that it's called the Cincinnati airport because it's fucking Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Real quick, guys, make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe, press that bell for all notifications, man, because you need to be aware when we do go live, man. We might do impromptu shit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you guys in the chat, GOC, JP, Tribal Queen. You know, most of you. Hey.
Guardian comments are hilarious.
Every single last one of you guys, man. Appreciate you so much, man. Tiffany Stratton. We know that she lost in the Queen of the Ring tournament against Bianca Belair. And people were so upset that she lost. Felt like she should be in the finals or getting ready to go up against Nia Jax or whatever.
I'll say this. I was upset that she lost only because I thought for a split second, seeing Nia Jax and Jade Cargill, I'm like, please tell me they're not already doing Jade versus Bianca Belair. I don't want to see that yet. They just got together. You know what I mean? So I was like, what? And Tiffany Stratton was on that push, but then they kind of okey doked me because now we know it's Nia Jax versus Bianca Belair. But
how you feel about the future? Are you upset?
No, I think they did find a technical, maybe not necessarily as creative, but they did find a technical way to have Jade lose without getting pinned. And
kind of corny, but
it's definitely way too soon to see Jade versus Bianca because they're still in bestie mode right now. So
I still feel like they're still trying to find their true fit as a team. Like they go together great. They might be one of the most impressive looking tag teams, I don't care what gender, that I've seen in a long time. Like for real. And I feel like these girls could really put, if things are done correctly, they could really put women's tag team wrestling on the map. And
when they were standing next
they haven't
to
even
each
found
other,
their true like mesh. You know, I don't think they're at 100% with. They're still trying to find their rhythm with each other. I think is what I'm trying to say. So, yeah, I don't want to see them hold the championships and then have to face each other in Queen of the Ring, right? And we all know I
Yeah.
kind of expected Tiffany was going to lose just because she's winning Money in the Bank. So
100% agree. She's definitely winning Money in the Bank. But I agree with the outcome between Jade and Nia because you kept Jade strong by not having her pin, and you kept Nia strong by just the simple of her being the disqualification. It's too
and
early. I agree with both of you guys' points about the invest. Right now, we're in invest mode, and that's going to build up. And like I said, the breakup should happen by Royal Rumble. Then you get the Mania match, Bianca versus Jade.
I'd
That's
like
the
to
way.
see them as a team for a couple of years before we get to them fighting. To be honest,
That'll be fine. I mean, that'll be fine because I want them to carry those titles. I want them to give those tag team titles some validity, make them
right?
worth. What Sasha
They got to
Banks
have them for at least a year, bro.
at least. So I wouldn't be opposed to that. I definitely would not be opposed to that. But it went perfectly the way that Nia and Jade went. I think Bianca winning was the smart decision to do it because I got Tiffany Stratton winning Money in the Bank, just like I got Braun Breaker now winning the men's Money in the Bank. The NXT calls are going to have a big year this year. Now, if you look at it that way, if and I do agree with Julio as far as letting them hold on to the titles for at least a full year. Have them drop it and have Jade or Bianca turn, whichever way you want to go, because I think Bianca is in desperate of a heel turn. And I think Jade could benefit from that. But then again, we know Jade from being the bitch that she was in AEW can carry that over to AEW. Because if you look at Jade now and how Jade was in AEW, they ain't nothing but what Bianca Belair was in black and gold. So and that's just my opinion. That's just how I feel about it. That's what I think should happen. If you want to do a perfect storyline between those two, build the titles up, drop them to another credible women's tag team, and then about Royal. And I say about Royal Rumble, but I do agree with Hooli. Give them a year. By this time next year, they start. By
I
the time
feel
we get
like
ready to
a
go,
time limit you can't even necessarily like put on them because what female tag team in the WWE can you envision standing in the ring with them where it's going to be believable that they lose those titles? They might end up holding them titles for a couple years.
And that's fine. Long LTB with the women's tag team titles build some great ass credibility. Maybe we get a team from AEW or somebody from the outside that would be credible enough to come in and take those titles off them when the time is right. Mid-most Mark, welcome back, man. I'm glad. Hey, apparently you're still in one piece. Apparently you're safe.
Yeah.
So
Luckily.
we're getting to see the wizard behind the curtain over here.
Yeah.
So what do you
like that.
think when it? So what do you think when it comes
The
to
Mizzard?
the Mizzard?
Don't you ever use that. No. You keep that Z out of my name. Then it just embittered.
That was-
No,
Mizzard
never
of
mind.
Mo.
Just scrap it. Just scrap it.
The Mizzard of Mo.
The Mizzard Mo. The
I
Mizzard-
don't know. It's got to grow on me.
I don't know. That's. I'm gonna tell you right now, Jeremy. I'm gonna be calling you that all football season. What up, Mizzard? Mr. Mizzou?
Oh man, now I'm gonna have to find a even worse nickname than either Gold Standard or Sexual Chocolate.
I love them both. I don't care.
All right.
But how do you feel?
Um,
People was mad that Tiffany Stratton lost to Bianca Belair. Like, what do you have to say to those people that were upset about Tiffany Stratton losing to Bianca Belair?
Bianca
I say
Belair.
this. I say that to say this.
Yeah. Right there.
Bianca
Patience.
Belair is far more developed as a character and athletically than Tiffany Stratton has been. Tiffany Stratton is fresh out of NXT. You can't just expect to hand her everything right out the gate. She got as far as she did for a reason. That's good enough for
She
her.
already
and
does like the princessy kind of
Yeah.
Barbie gimmick anyways. It would be cringe if you put a crown on her.
Right.
She's going to hold that briefcase. Like whoever thought she's going to get close to the Queen of the Ring winning is not paying attention at all whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah. She needs to hold that briefcase for a minute, not cash in on the same show. Like, let the gimmick expand with it.
Absolutely, Future. Yes. She needs to hold on to that. And she has a year.
Them
She
girls
has a
look good,
year.
man. I ain't going to lie. Them girls look real
Man,
good.
like, listen, what she did in Elimination Chamber literally just stole the show. And right then and there, I said she's going to win Money in the Bank. That was automatic after Elimination Chamber. She had an excellent showing at Elimination Chamber. Giving her the damn crown. Oh my God. Change the channel. We don't want that. We want this to be organically built up. You give her Money in the Bank. She can flaunt with that. You know you're going to get a jeweled imprint, diamond crested briefcase. It's coming. In a pink
She might not
briefcase.
even want that. You might not with her. She could be
Probably
taking this
not.
wrestling shit a little more seriously and not need all the gimmicky diva-like shit. She's got enough
that's
diva stuff about her attire and stuff and the way she
That's not
acts
who she
like,
is, yes.
but she's not.
Think about
In
it.
my
Who is
opinion,
Uh-huh.
Alexa Bliss overdid that shit, and it took away from her in-ring ability. And a lot of people don't give her, in my opinion, enough credit for how athletic she was in the ring down in NXT. And I feel like Tiffany Stratton is that gimmick evolved up to like notch 10 already and probably going to get higher. And she's enough little blingy princessy already that, but not too much because her wrestling is still shining. And I feel like she's in tune with that for some reason. And I don't expect to see the diamond encrusted briefcase with her. I really don't. But if they do, it wouldn't bother me because, like I said, it'll go with her gimmick. But
Exactly.
I think she's taking the
A
wrestling
pink briefcase for sure.
Yeah, pink briefcase. Yeah, I can see that.
And that'll be fine. Maybe a
Or
little
like
bit.
rose gold, maybe like a shiny rose gold.
But
She's
she's
wearing
kind of
rose gold
past
lately.
that. Daddy is like she's like past that part.
Because
now she's
we noticed with the Money in the Bank briefcase, whoever wins it, they all have their little particular style that they like to have. We saw with Damian Sandow.
Damian Priest a purple briefcase for like 4 months. It's like,
But that's his color. You know, that's just what
Yeah.
he is. He likes that's his favorite color. He likes the purple thing. We saw what he did with Damian Sandow with the leather briefcase. We saw with Brock Lesnar in the boombox Brock. You know what I'm saying? RVD with the spray painted RVD briefcase. You know, Tiffany Stratton at least give her a gold or a rose. I mean, not a gold, a pink or a rose gold briefcase. I wouldn't
Yeah.
mind that. It would fit.
I liked her
gimmick.
attire at Backlash. It was like rose gold and then gold trim, all shiny like that. I could see her having a briefcase, something like that.
So
That
and-
looked
and-
extra,
and-
but not like cringe extra. You know what I mean?
like
yo,
that'll
man,
be
the
fine.
Midmost Mark's at an ECW show now.
What? Oh,
Is that the Hammerstein Ballroom?
Yep.
ECW. ladies and
yeah,
gentlemen.
those balconies. You would never catch me dead on one of them balconies, bro.
It's
Hey,
like
oh,
if a wrestling show
If you've
were-
ever been
were
to
a
New York to a
carnival,
Broadway show and you ever been in a place like Hammerstein, but those look worse than the ones I was even at when I saw Phantom of the Opera on Broadway. And there ain't no way in hell you get me on that middle tier balcony. For sure, that middle tier one is not happening. Look at how crooked that shit is, bro. It looks like a wave in water. Hell no.
it's like a carnival.
I bet when they were
parking
stopping
lot
and
at the
shit for a
mall.
one night stand, I bet that whole fucking thing was like
Bouncing.
Love me some Hammerstein Ballroom.
Oh yeah, it's an awesome venue for wrestling. I'm just saying you wouldn't get me in that balcony for sure.
No, I'd be on the floor in that first tier. Yeah.
But yeah,
Mhm. That place is
awesome.
iconic
It
for
is
wrestling,
awesome.
man. I love that place.
All right. We got a couple more topics that we're going to talk about. Then we're going to get into this King and Queen of the Ring predictions. So TKO president Mark Shapiro He looks to expand WWE's deal with Saudi Arabia within the next 6 to 12 months. And let me go ahead and if this will, okay, here we go. Get us to load up. So the current deal, according to Brendan Thurston, the current deal is a 10-year deal that started in 2018. WWE runs 2 PLEs per year in Saudi Arabia, 50 million each or 100 million per year. Shapiro says they are very happy with MBS and the partnership we have there, and they are already discussing to expand that to more events with Nick Khan leading those discussions. What do you guys think about that?
That's an egregious amount of money.
Yeah.
Man,
And they
tell
would
me
be
about
they would be mentally challenged to not accept it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't sell. I wouldn't do it with the state that things are, like the way the country with this election coming up. I'm not going to get into the politics, obviously, but just with that in mind, I think that's just getting in bed with the enemy a little too much.
a little, yeah, said the next 6 to 12 months, maybe they'll take some time and think on this and make some smart business decisions. I know there's been talk about Saudi Arabia wanting
Like, did anybody here see the Tyson Fury fight?
Man, he got his ass whipped, man.
But did anybody see the fight?
I saw it. He got his ass whipped.
So, did you see when the camera kept cutting into the crowd to show the Prince sitting there with Cristiano Ronaldo and Anthony Joshua?
Mm-hmm.
And Cristiano Ronaldo's sitting there, and he's got like this, he's dressed to the nines. His whole outfit probably was like $1 million, but he's sitting there. But the look on his face just kind of, it came off to me like he's there because he has to be, because the Saudi Prince is paying him $250 million to be on the Saudi Arabian soccer team. So,
Right.
And I'm like, I don't have nothing against people and their culture anywhere worldwide. And if this sounds like a race thing, I don't mean it to, but when you're dealing with, that guy deals with the politicians that run this country, right? And this guy is a known murderer. How the WWE is that greedy, I think it's a very dangerous thing when you are dealing with that amount of money with people that are in places of power way above what our president is.
Outside the
like everybody thinks our president is up there and level with a Saudi prince. Oh no! You don't know what you're talking about when
this is
you're
outside
talking about oil money.
An American kind of venture. This is
on another level, and Vince trying to take his company up to that level, I always thought was a very dangerous thing from a political standpoint, no matter what side of the fence you're on. That don't even matter.
And I can understand wanting to bring your brand to all these different nations and different cultures.
Yeah, I'm all for that. Like, the Backlash was one of the most beautiful events I've seen ever, right?
But it's more the Western civilized culture. Like,
I would love, I'm all for their people getting to see wrestling and stuff, but to take that amount of money, that's coming with a price. Did everybody know? Not one podcaster has talked about, I don't remember if it was a crown jewel, if it was the greatest Royal Rumble. I think it was a crown jewel. Does anybody ever remember the talent being held hostage and not allowed to leave?
Yep, and they were trying to claim that it was some weird misunderstanding. But
so, what do you think this guy's going to do if you tell him no WrestleMania?
And I can
so
give
you
you
know the WWE is going to give him WrestleMania.
What happened is that the Saudi prince owed the McMahons and WWE money for bringing them over there at least twice, maybe 3 times over at this point. And they got into a disagreement. I'll pay you, but not right now, and whatever. So the idea was that they were just going to pull the Saudi feed They were
Yeah.
going to keep doing the show, but they pulled the Saudi feed. And so that disrupted a lot of channels and fucked with a lot of the situation that they had going on there. And the Saudi prince was like, "What the fuck?" And basically grounded them until they figured out the situation. And they tried to
I mean, it wasn't like a violent thing. He didn't have
No,
guns held at
no.
him. He
No,
I think he
it was-
escorted him off the plane and said something like, "Let's go talk about this," or whatever, and like they figured it out. But still, if he's angry enough for whatever reason, he's
Mhm.
known to have people killed. This is factual information. So it's just a dangerous game they're playing over there, and I don't know if they realize what they're doing and they don't care, or I just think that's a scary amount of money to give them WrestleMania. But at this point, you've been in bed with them for 10 years, so you can't even really say no. He could probably just say bring WrestleMania for $2 million, and they wouldn't have a choice but to go. So I feel, I don't know, man. I'm not in
Yeah.
agreement with it, but it's going to happen. So
Yeah.
you better just get used to it, I guess.
It's definitely going to happen. I'm definitely not agreeing with it. Future, you got anything you want to say about this situation?
Yeah, until they kind of get their treatment of women a little more in line with, the rest of the planet. That's my biggest. That's always been my biggest issue with them.
well,
They go wrestle in the bodysuits.
Well, I can tell you a lot of the situation. Like, say there are different nations, like Iran specifically. I know they just they're going through some shit right now, but
Oh yeah, their guy just died in a helicopter crash. Whoa. So,
that
like,
Right. Somebody,
that's a whole
that
nother
was just
situation, a whole other
yeah, that
conversation.
was an accident for sure.
But I mean, the conditions that they were flying in questionable at best anyway. But all things considered, back in the 70s, they didn't used to be under that whole regime of the Islamicist, like diehard Sunni regime, where you literally covered everything, women at least, and
It all
like
started
they used
happening in
it
the
used to
80s,
be
didn't
very
it?
progressive. Yeah, in the mid to late
So
80s. But no, the whole idea with this is you're taking these you're taking a Western American based company into different, like say the cultural differences of Saudi Arabia and the Middle East in general are just so fundamentally different that it kind of it's a different thing than bringing WWE to Germany, to Berlin, or bringing him to Nice, France, or wherever else that they want to go. It's the Western civilized culture that is really going to be the best plan of attack, so to speak, in that whole in the grand scheme of things. But no, they taking them over to the Middle East, where they have a fundamentally different approach to handling discrepancies and issues amongst their peers. That's like Hooley said, that's just a very dangerous mixture of. That's just a very
that's a match
dangerous.
in the gas can is what that is. Eventually something bad's going to happen, and I was really worried for the talent when that story broke out. And I know the media sensationalizes a lot of shit, so they're going to be like, "Oh, held hostage," and we're all going to be on Twitter going, "Oh my god," and then everybody gets clicks and views and whatever. But it's
And even then,
I
right
felt
around
like
this
I was
time,
surprised. I not surprised that it happened. I was surprised that it happened so early on into the partnership with them. And I'm like, okay, that's do we really want to keep going over there?
and right about that
And
time is when that journalist Jamal Khashoggi, I guess, was murdered too. And yeah, so I mean, there's just a lot of questionable motives in taking such a company to such a place in the world. And I mean, whether your opinion of it is positive or negative or in the middle, like say, it's definitely something to talk about.
like I'm
it
not,
is.
and
It
it's nothing
definitely
to do
is.
with their people or their
Mhm.
culture. I think I don't understand why every nation is not just allowed to be I mean, free in quotations, because we're a free nation, but we have the most rules and like laws of any country in the world. So we're free, but we're not. Like those people should be allowed, and Saudi Arabia and the Middle East in general should be allowed to speak freely and not have any worry about, the stuff that they do to the women over there. I mean, they still cutting off limbs and maiming and
Well, and that's
yeah,
a whole
it's
other
terrible.
conversation about what's going on with Hamas and IDF right now.
Yeah,
So
it's just terrible. Everybody should be allowed to live how we are allowed to live here in this country.
Mhm.
So
Exactly.
I just don't want my comments to come off in the chat like it was
taking
racist,
that
because it's
context,
not. But when you're
Yeah.
dealing with people that have that kind of power over their nation, and that's not the same thing as like our political system here. That's a different ball of
Right.
wax. So it just makes me very worried for the talent going over there. I just care about their safety.
Guys, what do you think about Sonya Deville returning?
Is she?
yeah, last night it was only a matter of time.
Where did she go?
Yeah.
She was on the DL on the disabled list for a little bit.
She
wasn't
only-
injured though, right? Was it like a personal thing or what?
She was hurt.
I think she was
She had like
legitimately injured. But no, she also did have
leg,
some
knee,
going on recently with that
Soccer
fool.
case?
Yeah.
yeah, something like that. She's back.
How
I
long has
actually
it been?
saw
It's
that
been a
video.
couple of years, right?
I actually saw the video from that.
It says that she had an ACL tear on July 28th last year, so almost a year.
Oh, I feel like she hasn't. I feel like it's been longer than that since I seen her last. But okay.
I was happy. Listen. I know the road
Oh,
that Sonya
I
Deville.
do stand by my comments.
I know the road that Sonya Deville travels is of her own choice though, but she looks good to me. I don't care what y'all say. Yeah, but it was good to see her. I'm glad she's back, and she might be an important piece when it comes to this world title, women's world title.
Well, they're
I want to give
angling. They're
Yeah.
angling for Sonya Deville to manage what looked like Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark, because they they had that angle. They had
Three
that
Musketeers.
they had that backstage segment where Shayna and Zoe kind of blew her off, and just kind of ignored her or whatever. But no, then I guess there was a scene where Chad Gable and everybody was talking backstage, and in the background of that conversation, you could see Zoe, Shayna, and what's her face, Sonya Deville, all talking like it was gonna happen. So I mean, that's just where I feel it's gonna go, and I don't know why they want to put Sonya in this managerial role again. Like, does it really do any
She might not
justice
be
for her? I don't know.
but she might not be ready. They're probably just testing the waters with her. So she'll probably get back. She'll most likely end up back in that ring.
Put them
They just
goofy
wanna make
hats with
sure
the
that
feather
she's
on them
fully
and give them
ready.
swords and call them the Three Musketeers.
Real quick before we start our predictions part, I want to give a shout out to Wrestling Days on YouTube. I am subscribed to this guy. He's been doing a fantastic job with figuring out this Nightbird, Uncle Howdy situation. Excellent, and his subscribers have been putting in the work. I wish we could do that.
Who is he?
So his name is Wrestling Days, Daze.
Okay. I'm gonna check him out because I'm too lazy. I haven't been doing the QR code things, but I've been really wanting to like see them all like one after another in sequence.
So he went. I watched this whole video last night of everything because I the QR codes I never catch them in time, and we tried to code a couple of them
I've
on
seen
here,
some of them, but not all
and we
of them.
came up with we came up on a little bit of information. So in one of the QR codes, there was like not a crossword puzzle, but you had to input letters with numbers and stuff like that, but you have to follow other videos. I forgot what it's called, but it's some kind of spectrograph. If you match up the spectrograph with the sounds that was played in last night's QR codes, you would have got a picture of a scrunched up face of Uncle Howdy. But on immediate instinct, it looked like Mercy the Buzzard, like with no shirt on and just damn near dead. That's what that looked like to me. Then there was another one where you get like different faces. Hey, now wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. Stop the presses.
Aw.
Put him up on the
Little guy.
screen. What's
This little guy.
wrong, Max? What's wrong, Max? Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Did Daddy piss you off? Oh, he's known for that.
He's like, yeah, he took me out of my warm bed, asshole.
Oh, look at him. Oh, look at him. Oh, he'll be all right. Okay. All right, bro. All right. Man, everybody say what's up to MLW Maxwell. MD
Jeremy, just put your nipple
Maxwell,
in his mouth.
Yeah, look at him. Look at him. He's just Anyway, what's up, Max, man? Hopefully Daddy will make you feel better.
Man. I miss them days.
For real. But in other videos, and there's some other videos and what he did, like is weird sounds being played, and then you got various pictures of Sister Abigail, and apparently it's in all white instead of the traditional black as we've seen her as a puppet. I wonder what that means. And there was clues about saying that this person was hidden inside of a cave. This person had no friends. This person was searching for friends. That tells me that's about Nikki Cross. If you look up the longitude and latitude coordinates of the QR code, it led you to a place called Rowan University. And when you see something like Rowan University, you think of Eric Rowan. But little that you didn't know is that Rowan University is also a place where Joe Gacy grew up, not too far from the college. So it could either mean one of them. Then they have pictures of these different eyes, and they had one like menacing eyes that he actually just kind of focused on towards the end of his video. And people were saying it was Joe Gacy based on how he looked in the camera and stuff. I think it's Dexter Loomis.
Ooh.
I think it's Dexter Loomis. So, man, I just want to give a shout out to him, man. He's doing an awesome job with this whole puzzle, man. And shout out to his peoples too, because they breaking this down. They are breaking this down. They're putting in the effort and the time to break this down. And shoot, I might have to soon also. Shoot, because I definitely want to know. I figured people are saying that the White Six is going to show up at the King and Queen of the Ring.
I was going to ask you when you thought a good time to debut that.
I think Bash at Berlin. I'm picking Bash at Berlin.
Is that going to be too high concept for these audiences that just want to whoa and see? Well, I guess that's not. They're a little more into the they know the words. They won't just whoa, but is something
WWE
like that
is going to debut them at a place where they are going to get an epic pop.
They is, and Jen.
And it would be a place that they don't usually go.
Tell me that's not perfect for Dexter Loomis, though.
Yeah, especially if he's wearing a mask. If he's got a mask on, it's totally perfect.
And they even said, if you watch his last video that he posted last night after Raw, there was a character with the same eye colors in a mask as Dexter Loomis that he kind of referred to. So listen, this is
in Dexter Loomis for a little bit in NXT wear contacts or something. I could be wrong. I thought he did though.
I'm not too sure. Might have to do some research on that. He doesn't do nothing. Yeah, but maybe he will this time in this Wyatt.
No,
6.
he was. I was a big Dexter Loomis fan when he was in NXT before they put him with Indy Hartwell and shit.
Did you see his new look fully?
No.
He grew his hair out, bro.
Oh, really?
And people are even saying that. I haven't seen the updated picture, but people saying that I've seen the picture with him growing his hair out. Yes, I've seen that. It was still blonde. People are also saying that he dyed his hair black.
Oh, wow.
Holy shit. That's going to be something. Outside of this bloodline story, this Wyatt 6 thing has really captivated people. And
It was pretty cool.
I might
Michael
actually
Cole.
be more into this than I actually was with the Fiend crap. I hated that shit.
yeah,
Michael Cole actually acknowledged it on Raw too. He's like, "Hey, there's that code on the screen again."
yeah. Corey Graves did on SmackDown too. Corey Graves and Wade Barrett, they talked about it. So I don't know if it's getting close, or like I'm curious. I am curious. Viagra or Cialis? Does it work? Guardian on his savage mode. All right.
This guy.
Let's get to this king. Let's get here to this king and queen of the ring. And we're going to start with those two first. So we know Gunther's in the finals. I'm talking Friday. Who wins? Randy Orton or Tama Tonga? Hooli, go first.
Sometimes
Hooli?
I feel like I'm
Oh,
overthinking it, and I'm trying not to do that with King of the Ring this year. I mean, I always try not to overthink it, but I end up always doing it every time for whatever tournament WWE is doing. But being that Gunther is in it,
yeah, true.
I don't see what the point of having Tama Tonga in the final would be for him to take the L to Gunther. It just why would you do that? So it's got to be Randy Orton.
Sorry, guys. I'm going to have to bounce out of here.
So Orton is winning on Friday.
All right, bro.
Go ahead. Go ahead, bro. You're good. All right, Midmo is about to take off. Deuces Ooses, episode 8, Thursday. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Future, Friday, who wins? Tama Tonga or the 3 most dangerous letters in professional wrestling? RKO.
So what I thought was kind of funny was when Kathy Kelly was talking to, or no, it wasn't Kathy Kelly. Who was it? It was Jackie Redmond talking to Carmelo Hayes, and he said that the 3 most dangerous letters are RKO, and then what he should have said was, but I'll make them KOR because it's still the same 3 letters, just rearranged. Like that would have been funny, but he didn't. But that's besides the point. Since my Jay Uso bloodline theory went out the window, to have Tama Tonga go to the final is pointless now. So I think it's going to be Randy. I think there'll still be some bloodline fuckery, but I think Randy Orton he'll get the win.
Oh, you think Randy's gonna win King of the Ring?
I agree.
Well, I mean, at least he's gonna win. He's gonna beat Tama Tonga on Friday.
He's gonna win Friday. I agree with both of you guys. There's a very intricate story, and I want to know if anybody else noticed this besides a few of us in the IWC circle.
How does Randy
Orton has a knee
the
problem,
bloodline?
And Tama Tonga. Yeah.
Yeah, and with that being said,
Randy
bloodline has numbers.
To,
They're not. Tama's not coming out by himself. So how's Randy gonna? Is someone gonna help Randy?
I believe somebody will help Randy. A certain Owens is going to end up helping Randy. He's going to throw it off. Tama Tonga is going to catch the RKO. 1, 2, 3. But Randy's knee is going to be jacked up. I want to explain something. Gunther. How has Gunther been winning all of his matches? Can anybody answer that?
Submission.
With like a half sharpshooter type
submission.
Boston Crab
Each and every victory has been the half Boston Crab submission. Tapping them out, with the exception of what happened to Jey Uso, because he got choked out. But they all have been submission.
You're right, Otis.
Orton, on Saturday, Orton is going to tap out. And your new King of the Ring winner will be King Gunther.
Gunther.
What are your thoughts?
He's gonna trade that trench coat for that robe, that King's robe, bro. He's gonna look dope.
It's gonna look so dope, bro. Oh my god!
Yeah.
If they don't,
He's
have
gonna
a custom
he's
robe,
gonna have that M Bison look is what he needs. So
dude, I'm already putting in my
King
winner.
Walter, that's right.
So since we're all in agreement that Orton is winning on Friday, let's jump to Saturday. Who is your choice to become king of the ring? Will it be Orton or will it be Gunther? I just gave away my answer.
yeah, I don't disagree. I think it's gonna be a good match, and Gunther will do a kind of a Bret Hart, a tactical technician, and target a body part, and he'll end up kind of breaking Randy down.
Holy.
As much as we love,
I know that it's kind of the way Otis framed the question. It kind of started pulling on my heartstrings a bit because since Randy has come back, I've been like hoping, like I thought from the outset that it looked like they were pushing him in a direction like he was going to do something again, and I'm like, there's a big part of me that doesn't want to pick him to lose, but I mean, Gunther's work has been speaking for itself, and I think at this stage in Randy's career, he's okay with getting close to the top or being in some kind of tournament like this where you're all fighting to get that spot. But I think he's also okay with, I don't think at this stage in his career he's really all about that life that it requires a world champion to be. Like, I think he's married, and I think he likes the schedule he's got. He likes his spot in the company. He seems content. And so
He's a special guy, that Walter. I agree, Hooli, man.
I can't see Gunther not winning. I'm thinking if they gave it to Randy, though, it just doesn't make sense to me for Randy to win. So yeah, it's got to be Gunther.
All right.
3 G's.
So just because I know Jeremy's also going to pick Gunther as well. So
Oh yeah, I think Randy is going to put him over big time. I think that whole crowd is going to boo the shit out of Gunther.
That's going to be awesome. That is going to be so
Yeah.
awesome. So we got our winners for Friday, and we got our winner for Saturday. As far as King of the Ring, we all picking Gunther.
Yeah.
Let's go to
He
the
deserves
women's Queen of the Ring.
But
Okay,
with
there we
that
go.
kind of
All
money
right.
that the Saudi prince is
So-
talking about, he might want to see
$100
Randy
million?
Orton with
Yeah.
a crown on his head, and you might have to do what he says. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I don't like
I
that
feel
whole
you
thing
on
that I talked about earlier. So,
I
are
feel you
people
on
going to
that
be?
one.
Let's just real quick. What if Randy Orton wins? I mean, do you think people are going to be behind that, or do you think people are going to be pissed that Gunther lost?
I think people will be upset that Gunther lost. I don't see Randy winning.
But
simply
everybody
because
loves
he's
Randy too, though.
Yeah, of course. I love Randy. You know what I'm saying? Pause. But I see Randy being involved in something bigger than the King of the Ring right now, and that's this bloodline story. It's going to build him up. He's going to have some great matches because all of this is just being built up for when Randy
SummerSlam
starts.
or Money in the Bank.
Yeah, it's going to be built up to that way. Like, as far as Randy will go as far as at least SummerSlam with the bloodline. That's it. That's all it is to it. Because now you got to make way for Rock. You got to make way for Roman when they get back. And you notice,
bro, those crowds are chanting, "We want Roman."
yeah. So it's you got to get ready for that. So Randy is going to go as far as SummerSlam with the bloodline. And that's it. That is it. Your SummerSlam match is going to be Tama Tonga versus Randy Orton. There's your SummerSlam match right there. And you can book that. But as of right now, you're going to have a little bit of this and there with the bloodline, but SummerSlam is where that stops. That's your last match with the bloodline before the meat and potatoes starts rolling back in, and we start technically being on the road to WrestleMania. That's why I think it's going to end up happening. God is going to end up coming back together, and that's going to go against the Usos. You think the Usos is not going to hold one set of those tag team titles? Do you believe that the Usos, matter of fact, do you believe that the New Day is not going to hold a set of those tag team titles? Because I do. I believe the Usos will become 9-time tag team champions, and they're going to battle Grills of Destiny, Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. I don't know which brand if that's going to involve, because if that's going to involve some type of tag team trade, but the Bloodline is staying on SmackDown, so Jimmy's going to come back. He's going to be looking for Jay. Jimmy is not drafted. He's going to go to Raw where Jay is, talk to him. They're going to work it out. Jay is going to be like, look, my brother ain't been drafted. Put him here on Raw and give us a title shot. Whoever's the
Kind of lost you there, my man.
Yeah, I can't hear him anymore.
All right, my bad. I actually, because when I hit the space bar, it will mute my mic and everything. My bad. I wasn't trying to. I was on a roll, damn it. I was on a goddamn roll. But that's as far as I see Randy Orton going. That's SummerSlam. And after that, he probably won't have nothing to really do. Just got the notification JD's going live in 30 minutes, but we'll be done here soon. The women.
Yeah, I'm already getting held up.
Yeah,
Miss Future is like.
we're almost done.
No.
We're almost done. We're almost done. I'm sorry, Miss.
Like 5 minutes.
I'm sorry. Please don't unsubscribe. I'm sorry.
You can always
All right.
leave. No one's holding a gun to your head.
No,
Well, he wanted to get his
she's wonderfully supportive, and she's like, talk with your friends and then we'll talk. So she is amazing.
That's awesome. Shout out to you, Mrs. Future. Shout out to you, Miss Brown. And then we go to the women, and we know that Bird Girl is in the finals. Who wins Friday? Bianca or Nia Jax? Future. Go ahead.
Boy, how would we love to see Queen Nia Jax? She would be ultimately insufferable, and it would be pretty fun to watch. Because we all love Bianca. Yeah. Personally, she doesn't work for me, but everybody loves Bianca. But man, to see Queen Nia Jax, and she already has kind of that swagger, that attitude, like I'm better than you, and you need to know it. Boy, as much as I'd love to see Nia win, though, it's probably going to be Bianca. I think they're gonna have her, use her strength, as they always say about 100 times, and she's ultimately gonna win. But boy, I'd love to see a Queen Nia Jax, just because it would just make her difficult character just even better and worse at the same time.
Oh man, I'm Holy, I'm gonna let you go because I'm kind of 50-50 on this one.
So I've been waiting to get to this part because I had a theory. Personally, I agree with Future. I want to see Queen Nia Jax. I can't believe I'm saying that, but
hey, we've had a lot of changing opinions on some of these gals lately. So
that's for real.
True. And that's only a good thing in my opinion. So, however, they've been really going hard on this Lyra Valkyria chick out of nowhere, and I'm like, what's up with that, right? So I could see Bianca winning, because then that creates the start off point of jealousy within her
and Jade.
partner and Jade, right? But again, I'm thinking about that, and I'm like, it's just too soon to plant that heavy of a seed, in my opinion, when they just got them titles. Like, are you really gonna have them be besties in like 5 minutes and then have them turn on each other that quickly? So if that's what they're thinking, I don't know, but how I want it to play out, I'm taking Nia Jax over Bianca, but I can
Okay.
see Bianca winning, and because they like to rush shit, so I can see them starting that seed with her and Jade. But when we get to Queen of the Ring itself, I don't necessarily know that Bianca, because she's in a tag team, I don't see her winning
Wow.
Queen of the Ring. I have Becky Lynch with interfering and helping her newly found Irish little protege win Queen of the Ring.
I'm a little. Thank you, Jen. We'll be done here in a minute. Shit. Like I said, I'm 50-50 because I can see Bianca winning. I can see them trying to plant seeds for this Jade feud. But when I look at it, Jade
But
is
then
not
it makes
ready.
their titles, it's going to make them titles just still meaningless if they do it this
Yeah,
soon. You know what I mean?
exactly. And it's so many aspects to this because Jade is not ready for that yet. That's too
No.
big of a moment, and Jade is not ready. They still need to build credibility with them titles before that feud can even be tampered with.
That's how I feel.
I feel, and first and foremost, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill did not need to be in this tournament. I would have preferred them to put in a Piper Niven or something. Well, not Piper Niven, but
I mean,
just
Jade. I
other.
mean, Nia she outsmarted Jade and got her to commit to a disqualification. So maybe she can outsmart
And
Bianca
that's
too. I don't know.
possible.
And if they go that route, it keeps Jade
And
and
that's possible.
Bianca
I also
equal
see
still in their team, right? It doesn't plant that seed yet where one has got something to hold over the other, like, oh,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
it does. I could also see Jade interfering and cost Bianca the match. Yeah,
If Nia beats Bianca,
absolutely,
I got
absolutely.
Nia
Like
winning Queen
I
of the
could
Ring.
also
Nia
If
coming
see
out and she
Jade
like, I took out Jade and Bianca.
yes, and that makes
I
total
got Nia
sense,
too.
right? Yeah.
That does.
But if
That
Bianca
does.
wins, I got
But
Lyra
I could also
Valkyria with
see
fuckery winning.
I could also see Jade interfering because she has something to prove against Nia, costing Bianca. That could still plant seeds for that breakup. But
Yeah,
I
I mean,
hope not.
it
I
could
hope
be
I'm wrong.
like a revenge for getting eliminated last week. So
Yeah, and I hope I'm wrong. I'm hoping that it's a one-on-one, and I hope Nia wins because Bianca has a knee injury as well. So hopefully Nia exposes that, finishes her off, and goes on to the finals. I got Nia winning over Bianca Belair. I do. And it does kind of keep the tag team champions kind of at even pace. I agree with that, Hooli. So let's go ahead. Let's say Nia wins. Now you got Lyra Valkyria versus Nia Jax. Are we all in agreement about a Queen Nia Jax?
she'd be
Not 100%.
insufferable.
Uh,
I mean, it'd be a good jump for kind of this up and comer that we really don't know about on main roster.
It could be
But
potential for a very, very Vicky Guerrero-esque situation.
it might
but
it
what
might be
did
it might be a version of Nia Jax actually being herself this time around.
Zelina Vega do with it besides adopt a ridiculous accent?
That's facts. That is facts. I agree with you on that one. But oh man, Lyra, I mean Hooli, what you got for me? What you got? What you're not 100%. Give us at least your 20% doubt.
I mean, I guess it's
Or
a
your
good
30.
thing because it's making the closer we get to this thing like a little more unpredictable. Even though, and this is where I start to overthink shit, right? Like I'm like, oh, I can see they're doing something with this Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch thing, and
Yes.
they've all of a sudden, like, since like they made it a point. They made her a focal point in the draft, that she got drafted to Raw, and they've really made her a big deal since.
They did.
So
They did.
it makes it almost, the Nia Jax stuff. I agree with everything you guys said about Nia Jax 100%, but to me, it almost makes too much sense. And WWE never does things that make sense ever. So even when there's something that we like, they always do something with what we like and manage to throw some fuckery in it somehow. So
Sometimes.
the Nia Jax stuff makes almost too much sense to me for me to have faith that they would go through with making her Queen of the Ring. So with that being said, I really don't know who to pick, because I want Nia to win, but I don't know if they even have the confidence in her. It makes sense since she's also got bloodline in her, that they
Yep.
just make her Queen of the Ring because the bloodline is also being featured. Not saying they make her part of the bloodline storyline, but that's her heritage too. So she could be in line for a push for the women. But
Against Bailey.
if it is Lyra, if they do have Becky, because I think Triple H really loves Becky Lynch, and
Yeah.
I think that
I'm going with Nia.
I
I'm
think
going
that
with Nia.
Becky is conscious of how people were upset that she came back after she said she was going on hiatus from Mania and then got the title when Rhea got hurt. And if she's aware of that, she could be in tune with using that to help this Lyra Valkyria thing take off. I could see that happening.
I'm going to go with Nia to become Queen of the Ring. I think she will win on Friday. Future?
We're saying it. I kind of like how it would make her character, just that next level. We'll go with I'm going with Queen Nia Jax.
Hooli is undecided.
I can't pick, bro. I can't.
I think Jeremy will also go with Nia. All right, we'll leave it blank. Hooli, you got till Friday to make your pick, whether you DM me or whatever. Take some time to think about it. So there's your king and queen of the wing.
I like my idea. I don't want to be wrong about it, but I want Nia Jax to win too.
I feel you. I feel you. Patrick Palmer says he believes that Nia will win. Probably after this, I'm gonna need some Bronson weed. That was hilarious what Katie did. Bronson weed. That was funny as shit.
Who said that?
KD last night.
Oh, I wasn't there. I missed last night.
He said, he was like, holy shit, I'm tired. Bronson weed. Somebody in the back door said, I need some Bronson weed. That was funny. All right. Let's go to the main matches. We got 3 championship matches on this card. We got the Intercontinental Championship in a 3-way. Sami Zayn defends his title against Chad Gable and Bronson Reed. Hologram, let's start with you. Who do you got for this?
Who's in this match again? Chad Gable, Bronson Reed, and who?
Sami Zayn. It's a triple threat for the IC title.
Oh. I can see Chad Gable getting it. I can see Chad Gable getting it. But I know Sami Zayn doesn't look like it, but he's half Middle Eastern. He's half Syrian. So he does a lot behind the scenes with charities from where he's half Canadian, half Syrian. So I can see him retaining. And I think just because of where they're going globally, I think Sami Zayn will retain it.
Sami Zayn is going to retain. Future.
Even with Otis interference, Chad Gable did beat Sami on Raw, so that kind of is his Death Wish, so we know that Chad Gable's not going to win. Boy, I don't know. I don't know if they put it on Bronson Reed and take it off of Sammy this soon. I've been kind of leaning Sammy retaining the whole time. I think something will happen. It might turn into a full Alpha Academy turn on Bronson or on Chad Gable finally. I think that could happen, and then it'll just be he'll miss the splash. He'll get Haluva kicked. I don't know if Sammy is strong enough to pick Bronson Reed up and give him the blue bomb, but one way or another, I think Sami Zayn retains.
Sammy for future. I'm gonna shock
I have a
world.
feeling Otis is gonna say Bronson Reed. I think he's gonna say Bronson Reed.
I got Bronson Reed.
I knew it. I just knew he was gonna pick Bronson Reed this whole time.
This man has been built up for about 2.5 months. He's been going after that title for since before WrestleMania.
You think now they're going to take it off of him?
If Sammy does not retain, you give that title to Bronson Reed, and you have him run with that shit. I'm going with Bronson Reed. Midmo Smart, I know you're in the chat. Who do you got? And while we do that, we're going to go on to the next match. It will be the Women's World Championship match. Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan. Hologram, the floor is yours. I know. I'm sorry, bro. Bro.
It's like who's less cringe in this match?
This is going to be Botchamania.
It's probably going to be the lowest match on the card. Nia Jax and Lyra Valkyria is going to have a better match than this Women's World Championship match. I'm calling it.
Who's Liv Morgan been messing with outside of Becky Lynch lately? Anybody?
Just Lyra Valkyria.
Dom.
Just those two. That's it. That's it. Just those two.
Lyra Valkyria is for sure in the women's final, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's going to be at Queen of the Ring in the match.
Yeah, she beat Io.
Something just tells me that there's just something going on with this Becky Lynch Valkyria thing. I really think so. I don't think
I wouldn't put it past you. I wouldn't put it past you.
And I think I don't know. I just feel like Becky's going to be a part of Lyra's shit, and I feel like these three are just going to be dealing with each other the whole night, I think. So, I'm just going to pick the lesser of two evils, Becky Lynch.
Okay. Becky Lynch is going to retain.
Because I honestly don't give a flying shit. And Becky's already got it. They already goofed it with bringing her back and giving her the title, in my opinion. But I understand why they did it. So
I agree. However,
let her keep it until a more meaningful title loss.
However, I agree. Title simply because Becky did not re-sign, and I think that's just the caveat of everything right there. Becky did not re-sign just yet. Liv is going to take the world title, possibly join Judgment Day, become the new Miami. I'm going to go with Liv Morgan. Future, you're
being a real mark right now today, Otis. I just want you to know that with your Bronson Reed and your Mid Morgan picks, man. You're being a real mark with your Bronson Reed and Mid Morgan picks. I just want you to know that right now.
I'm just looking at storyline and how things are just flowing right now. It could change. It literally could change. Because we got this Saturday, but it really could change.
You're still a black and gold
then,
stand in 2024 without telling me you're still a stand of black and gold in 2024.
I would tell you straight in your face, I am a black and gold stand. But I'm fair. I'm fair. I'm looking at
You
this
just want to
bottom
see
line.
all new people. Otis just wants to see a regime of all new up and coming young
Change it
talent.
up.
I would love
Change
to
it up.
see. I would love to see Bronson Reed get his just due because he's been killing it. Even though they've somewhat been squash matches, he's been doing a good job.
Yeah,
Liv, I
Triple
can
H
give two
definitely
shits
loves
about
him.
this match. I can give two
Yeah.
shits about this match, and apparently everybody wants Liv. Some people want Liv. I prefer if I were to go with my brain, I'm saying Becky Lynch. But
I
it's
am
just
not
something
some
telling me
people.
that Liv is gonna take this. Something's telling me that Liv is gonna get what she's been crying about and stuff. So I'm gonna go with Liv on this one. I'll take that on the chin. I will. Future, go ahead.
I think the only thing worse than Liv's promo is the majority of her in-ring capabilities. But they've already given her 2 victories over Ronda Rousey. Give me a goddamn break. They do goofy, crazy things because geeks buy T-shirts. So as much as I hate to say it, they're probably going to put it on Liv Morgan.
Geeks by T-shirt.
Going with Liv. He's going with Liv. I'm curious about what Jeremy would say about this one. So there's 2 matches. Jeremy's going to have to DM me and let me know because I'm keeping score. Damn it, I'm keeping score. And Hooli,
I mean,
you
I
said
have an extremely staunch record of my. I don't dislike Liv Morgan the person. I dislike Liv Morgan the performer. So
dude,
that being said,
Future,
she sparks. She
future.
sparks.
Who gives a fuck? A lot of people
I know.
spark.
no, I don't,
Future.
I don't give a shit.
I'm just curious about something. How many wrestling T-shirts do you own?
A few, not a ton, but I'm a geek. I buy T-shirts.
Would you say more or less than 10?
Less.
Oh, okay. You're not a
Okay.
geek then.
Yeah, that's.
I thought he was
All
going
right.
to say like 35 or like 40 or something
No.
crazy like that.
No, I just got my new
Jesus,
ones, my
35
Jinder
shit.
Mahal and my Omos shirts because they were on clearance for like $15.
Well, that's
And the last
treading
match,
geek
guys.
territory, my friend.
Only because
I've gotten a Liv Morgan. Were they doing a two?
no,
buy
only
two, get one
because
free deal?
the Omos T-shirt made its debut
You're
on the
walking
stream, and it
that.
was awesome. But
You're walking that line, Future.
I'm geek adjacent, so
Geek adjacent. That's a new one. I like that one. Geek adjacent. That's cool. All right. Main event. The WWE Championship match. Logan Paul versus Cody Rhodes. I'm going with the rest of the crybabies out there. We're going to woe together. I'm going with Cody. Future, who do you got?
if there's a match, honestly, that I could give the second least amount of shits about, it'd be this one. It's just because, I thought for about a minute in Detroit, I'm like, did I become a Cody guy? And then I saw him on the next show, and I'm like, yeah, no, Cody's. I'm not.
I feel like he's probably better in person with that whole thing that he does with his entrance and just the whole presentation of him than it comes across on TV, I think. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
When you're there, you got it. Everybody, whoa! Whether
Right.
you like it
exactly.
or not.
Yeah.
Whether you like Roman or not, you're up here. Whether you like
Right.
Jay or not, you're doing
Yeah.
all this stuff. You know?
Exactly.
So with that being
On
said,
TV, Cody it comes off so cringe to me, man. It really does.
But if you had to pick a winner,
I mean, Cody is capable of having an athletic type match like Ricochet had against Logan Paul. I think ultimately Cody will retain, obviously. But man, they love them some Logan Paul there in Saudi Arabia. So
He has had some great, excellent matches too. The match he had last year with Roman.
Yeah, the Roman match.
Man, I wasn't expecting a match like that, but it was absolutely fantastic. Go ahead, Julio.
This is probably going to end up being a way better match than my level of giving a fuck about it is right now. So I'm fully prepared that I'm going to be like, holy shit, like, wow, Logan Paul.
I want to eat my words as well.
Yeah.
Surprise me.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to put it. But like Future said, man, this match, just when they announced it, made me feel constipated, bro. Talk about not giving a shit. Like, God. I'm like, that's where we're going with Cody right out of the gate from Mania is Logan Paul. I didn't see that coming. But I understand because if you know like anything about the deal with the Saudi Prince in the WWE, like he was requesting specific names, even wrestlers that were no longer alive, that he would. I feel like Logan Paul is a name that he probably had written down that he wants to see in a main event match because Logan Paul and his YouTube channel, you know, that I was past that age. So there's a huge group of young people.
Real quick, hey Jeremy, the other match was the Triple Threat Intercontinental Championship match with Sami Zayn, Bronson Reed, and Chad Gable. Oh yeah, sure. Just hop right on.
That's 4 times today, Otis.
I know. I'm counting. I've been marking tallies, but we can't hear you.
And tallies, huh?
Can I finish what I was saying?
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Julio. Go ahead. We'll get back to you in a minute.
That's 4 times you've done that to me today.
My bad, Julio.
It's all good. I'll get my train of thought back at some point.
Well, yeah, we're up to your
Logan Paul. So Logan Paul, yeah. I can see. I don't know. Obviously, he's not really going to beat Cody for the championship. Come on now. So he's going to take the L.
But it's going to be a good match, though. You know, it's going to be a great match.
Yeah, I'm like what Future said. I don't give 2 fucks about this match. And I'm hoping at the end of the show, I'm like, damn, Logan Paul just impresses me every time I see him.
That's all I asked for. Mid most smart. I'm assuming you're going to go with Cody, but who you got winning the Triple Threat Intercontinental Championship match?
It's going to be Sammy for sure. They've been pushing him too hard, and with the story that's going on, it's just going to lead to him retaining.
That's all right. I'll be the dark sheep.
Especially if Logan Paul is going to lose to Cody, you got to have one of the guys that have the strongest ties to that part of the world winning. You have to.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
And Logan Paul's not going to lose a title by losing the match, so it makes sense.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I got Cody winning just simply where the story is on track to going. Like I mentioned, I think The Rock is going to show up at the end of Money in the Bank. I think Roman is going to come back at the end of SummerSlam, set up that Bloodline Civil War for Survivor Series.
Let's just put it this way: as much shit as Cody dealt with trying to get that title, for Logan just to step in and take it from him, that's kind of really bad, lazy booking, if you ask me. Real bad. So it's kind of a no-brainer. It's like, duh, he's gonna win. The fact that they're even putting this extra stipulation, no, it's not title for title, it's for the world title. Whatever. It's not going to mean shit in the grand scheme of things. It's just to build Logan and Cody, period. Regardless of who wins.
Like for real. Real quick, Jeremy, let's talk about Friday real quick. I want to make sure because you was off, I went ahead and just kind of predicted of who I think you may pick. But when we look at the on the SmackDown side for the King of the Ring tournament, Tama Tonga versus Randy Orton, who do you have winning?
Oh man. Well, Jay lost, so that kind of blows that angle out of the realm of possibility what we thought.
Mm-hmm.
Why is my camera not But no, what I'm gonna say is it's gonna be Randy Orton and Gunther for
Okay.
sure.
And for the women, you got Bianca versus Nia Jax. How do you see that unfolding?
Bianca versus Nia Jax. I want to give more credence to Nia and what she's been doing lately because she's actually been kind of on a decent little run here. But at the same time, Bianca, I feel like it may be her time. Nia is literally just there for, I don't want to say enhancement talent, but just to help build the other people is because she's the big bad in the entire women's division, basically. I mean, both Jade and Bianca, they're considered to be the big bads in a lot of cases, but they're baby faces. So,
Can I ask you a question?
what's that?
So, based on the fact that Bianca and Jada are a tag team, Queen of the Ring is more for a singles wrestler. So if Bianca, let's say, wins it,
hmm
how does that make sense? Does she come out with the crown and the robe every time her and Jade have a match, and Jade just gotta like deal with this shit being flaunted in her face already?
Um,
Or do they feature more Bianca
I
more
like
in
it.
singles matches
I
and
kind of
not?
like it, but maybe the shine of their tag team becomes too much for gets too tarnished because Bianca has this giant accolade over Jade, and
But you don't
now
feel like that seed being planted already now that they
yeah,
just won the titles? When was Backlash? 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks
yeah,
ago?
3 weeks ago.
They just
I
won the tag
I
title.
see
So
I
do
see
you
your point.
it to me if they plant that seed, it's shitting on the titles in the long run.
Yeah, I see your point there. I'll actually
And I don't feel like the titles should be used on a team that holds them to
if they're just gonna
be the focal point of
yeah.
them turning on each other.
Mhm. Yeah,
Exactly.
and that you make a good point about that. I guess in the grand scheme of things,
Because
I
I
guess
don't disagree with you necessarily, Jeremy.
I don't necessarily think
I
Nia has
understand.
much to
Think that
offer.
who?
I don't think that she has much to offer. I mean, at least if she won Queen of the Ring, that would be something. But I mean, yeah, maybe I'll rescind that and change my mind.
I don't
Um,
necessarily disagree with you. I can
but
see it
I
being
think
Bianca's
Bianca's more
time.
suited for it. But I think in the grand scheme of things, with the storyline and everything, no, I feel like you're right. That it'll tarnish the women's tag titles, at least at this point. And
Because I can see them going with Bianca. I can see what everything that you said happening.
yeah.
And I wasn't necessarily trying to like
Oh no, no,
change
no.
your
But
mind or
you have
anything.
a very
I
you
just
make a
think
very
that
good
if
point
they
there.
do go with Bianca, there's just some issues for me with that already, since they've already started this narrative with her and Jade being this superhero bestie
Yeah.
team. And it's like, are you really gonna turn on
I
each
don't
other
know.
that soon?
I guess we've all seen them break up tag teams with great traction even quicker
Right.
than so. I
Correct.
mean, that's
Like
why
I said,
I'm
when we get something we like, WWE always ruins it. So if they do already plant that seed this weekend, damn, I'm just gonna be real disappointed. I really am.
yeah, and
Yeah.
so yeah, I really can see your point, and where I could see them going with Bianca, like I could see it making more sense going with Nia. So
Mm-hmm.
no, you make plenty of sense. Um, as far as Liv and Becky, Liv is on too much of a tirade through the women's division at this point, and Becky purely transitional. Like she hasn't, like she's mentioned some fire. She's made some fiery statements, but I mean, we it's nothing we haven't seen already. And
Right.
Liv, I don't know her. She has an allure about her, regardless of her wrestling prowess. So I don't know. We'll just have to see. But I'm not gonna really give this to Becky at this
Yeah.
point. I think Liv has earned it, regardless of how much we all may beg to differ.
All right. But Jeremy, When it comes to Nia versus Bianca, who do you have winning Friday? Who you going with?
Nia versus Bianca.
Because it's a follow-up question after that,
Oh.
Jeremy. So who are you like initially now going with to win on Friday on SmackDown to go to the finals?
Who wins, Nia or Bianca? Well, at this point, it's with the way we were just thinking, it makes more sense for it to be Nia. But if they really
All
want
right.
to pull the trigger on that, then obviously it's Bianca. But I'm going to say it makes more sense for Nia.
Now
I'm
it
not
does
going to
make
wait
more
till Friday. I'm not going to wait till Friday. I'm picking Lyra Valkyria right now.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so Jeremy,
Really?
on Saturday, Nia versus Lyra Valkyria. Who is your queen of the ring 2024?
Well, I was surprised at her victory the other night.
I was too.
That definitely threw my predictions off. Shit. I may have to reserve judgment.
Wait,
may
I
have
didn't
to-
see Raw last night. What happened with her?
She
She
came up
defeated
through.
Io Sky.
She
She
yeah,
beat
she
Io
did
Sky.
Io Sky.
And she had a pretty decent match to beat Io.
Wait,
It
Lyra
was.
Valkyria beat Io Sky?
Yep. And got into the finals.
Okay, well, that's also like Future alluded to earlier, with Chad Gable apparently winning last night. That's usually that usually means you ain't winning at the pay-per-view. So
Yeah.
maybe they are going Nia Jax. But I feel like you guys all three picked Nia Jax, so somebody's got to just. I made pretty non-markish picks.
It's
I
one of
think
those
for
things
everything else.
where
That's got to be
there
my
are-
mark pick of the match.
There-
I'll go
we
with
actually
Lyra.
have 3 viable females right now. They could all win.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Like I say,
it's
I
a
don't
little.
really want.
It is.
I want Nia, but I'm picking Lyra just because I can
They
be like,
pushed
woo,
they
I
pushed
called
Lyra
it.
to the finals for a reason.
Yeah.
And so whether it's I mean, and the sheer size difference between Lyra and Nia.
True, you're right.
really
You're
wanna go
right.
that
And the
way.
fact that Lyra's in the finals is
So
that's
they
her
could-
push, right?
Like either she's in for a very much upset underdog win,
Or she's
or
getting
Nia is
crushed.
just going to annihilate her.
Yeah.
So
Close,
I mean,
close but no cigar. But I'm curious. I think it'll be a great match, man. Listen, man. I'm a little all over with this and stuff. I got Gunther becoming king. I got Nia becoming queen. I got Bronson becoming the IC champ. I got Liv Morgan becoming the women's world champ, and I got Cody retaining the WWE's champ. Holy is going with Gunther, Lyra, Sammy, Becky, and Cody. Jeremy, I have you going Gunther, Nia, Sammy, Liv, and Cody. Future, I got you Gunther, Nia, Sammy, Liv, and Cody. 5 matches. I'm gonna be honest with you. Between me and Hooley's pick, between the Intercontinental Championship and the Women's Queen of the Ring,
It could be anybody.
those are
Yeah.
those are dark horses. That's what you call a dark horse.
how
God,
nice of you
Because I
to
mean,
notice,
nice.
Jeff. How nice of you to notice.
that is it.
Perfect time to break up.
That is episode 30 in the books. All right, and we're back. And we are back. But that is it. That's going to end the show. You guys are crazy. You guys are great. I want to thank my boy Hologram, the Midmo Smart, Future, Sleeveless, baby. Go talk to the missus now. Get out of here. You're free to go. Miss Brown, he's all yours. Thank you for everybody in the chat. Thank you for everybody that hit that like button. Thank you for everybody who has subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe. Let me give you a minute. Appreciate it. And hit that bell for all notifications. Episode 31. Next week on Monday, after Monday Night Raw. Special guest, my boy Phil We Met, will be on the show. It is going to be a banger. Yes, it is after. I'm going head to head with JD. All right. Nothing personal, it's just business. All right. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have our beverages. We're gonna have our snacks, and of course, you know what I say. If you got it, spark it. If you want to support the channel, Cash App is scrolling at the bottom, right down there, man. I don't ask for it. I just want you to hit them thumbs up. That's all that matters to me. Let's get your boy up in the algorithm. Mid-most Park, go first. Anything you want to say to the people out there?
Shit, I'm sorry for being such a flake today. Weather and work has definitely kept me busy. I apologize for my absence at times, but no, we're gonna work on Decoding Kayfabe episode 8 on Thursday. 8, not 7, Otis. But yeah, we're gonna do episode 8. I believe it's just gonna be me solo at this point. I'm still working on some subject matter, but we're gonna do the damn thing on Thursday. Tip your waitresses.
All right, there go to Mid-most Smart. Future, anything you want to say to a special someone out there who's been waiting for you?
Tanisha, thank you for being so patient. I told her at 6 o'clock, I said, well, we'll probably be done. And here it is, 6:41. So
Go get a room.
I owe her like a whole lot of attention this weekend. So I know. So I apologize to her for being so long, but like I said, I love doing this with you guys. The wrap up's my favorite show of the week, and you guys are great.
Appreciate your Future, man. Get out of here, man. Go talk to her. Get out of here, man. We'll holler at you, man.
Have a good night, guys.
Man. Hologram, last and not least. Wait, first before I put you on solo.
Don't put me on solo, man. Don't put me on solo. I don't need all that.
Okay.
Just like, share, subscribe, go on Twitter and shout this out. Get more eyes on it.
Y'all see why I asked first? So that's yeah. From now on, I'm gonna ask Hooli. Hooli, do you want to talk to the people, or just
that's all I got, man?
Do you want to just stand up in your chair right there and just say, yeah, like you did right there? So, all right, guys.
Thanks to everybody who came out and watched. Everybody, all the usual suspects. I love you guys.
All right, guys, we're gonna get up out of here. I know JD is live right now, so go ahead and reserve your spots. Go get your beverages, and like he said, what the fuck you drinking? I got me a water bottle here. So, guys, we up out of here. I'll holler at you boys later. Deuces, ooses, gone.